designer inspirations on this Remembrance Sunday. You're joined with me, Becky, and
Hello and good morning. Welcome to Monday's show with myself, Jenny Cleary, and the wonderfully talented designer, Linda. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Well, I'm all right now. I've seen your amazing designs this morning, Lady Lou.
Thank you. Gosh, I didn't think I was going to get it this morning. It was so dreadful out there, the weather.
I know. The roads are yucky.
Oh, it's horrible.
Be safe out there if you are. They've closed lots of roads now. Debbie Bolford and I have literally been going over Linda's designs this morning. They are outstandingly beautiful. The bridal bundle that Linda's got is just going to blow your mind. You need it. You've got to have it. Even if you're not doing bridal jewellery, you'll be like, I want to do bridal jewellery. It's one of those opportunities for you today to grab something gorgeous. Now, obviously Remembrance Day, in honour of Remembrance Day today, we will of course be doing the silence at 11 o'clock. So join us at 11 o'clock to remember all of the armed forces. So if we go off air for a little bit, for 2 minutes, that is indeed why. Now, we're going to give to you today, I've got to give you a little bit of a heads up on a strand that I've got, because Linda and I, and Debbie Bolford, who is doing a masterclass today, we're in absolute awe of this strand, because have you ever seen anything like this kunzite? You've got canary kunzite. I don't think I've ever seen canary kunzite here at JewelleryMaker, and you've got that beautiful pink kunzite. They're absolutely huge, between 12 and 13 millimetre rounds, and they're just perfect. They're going under £30 for you today, which is an enormous treat. So please make sure you join us just after 12 o'clock for this exclusive kunzite strand. Right now, without further ado, I am going to give to you our early bird. These huge rounds are going to add the most amazing warm tones to your collections. Have a look at these wintry tones and think about how they're going to suit your jewellery making within rings, within cufflinks, within bracelets, necklaces, earrings. Maybe they are large. I think just one would lend itself nicely. Look at the different tones that you've got. Some really woody and nutty textures here. Definitely, without a shadow of a doubt, an autumnal and wintry strand. Thinking about those log fires when you're looking at these, and that chunky knit cardigan that you've got in your wardrobe, this is going to go so well with. Look at those almost conker colours together with the deep, deep blues. You have got those lovely caramels in here as well. Now, the price tag you're going to get for these 14 millimetre rounds, they're substantial, big carat weight. You're going to get ever such a lot for your money. And they are going under £15. They're going under £10. Unbelievably, I just said they're going under 15. Kirsty went under 10, Jenny. GCGP83 is your item code. You've 530 carats of Tiger's Eye rounds. They're 14 mil. They're various gorgeous wintry colours, and they're going in your collection for just £7.95 today. Make sure you come shopping with us, and you can do it in one of two ways. You can get yourself on the phone. 90800 644 655 is the free phone number if you're dialing from a UK landline. Or you can get involved via the website, allthews.jewellerymaker.com. Linda, when you see such amazing power from any gemstone, Tiger's Eye in particular is one that you sort of look at and you get mesmerised at. £7.95, it's such a great price.
Astonishing. It's an astonishing price, particularly for the size of it, let alone the gemstone. But as I love gemstones that have sort of visual properties. Not only are they interesting, but from a jewellery making point of view, they can't be emulated in any other way other than that natural gemstone. You can't manufacture a look like that.
I wholeheartedly agree with you. Now, I was talking to you about just before the show how I was watching a shopping channel the other day, one that's 3 letters, you know, which is the one that's probably the most well known. They were doing agate and fossil jasper bracelets for $29.95. Then they were doing one large agate pendant for nearly £100. And, you know, they were saying, yeah, great, you know, it's fantastic because these are genuine gemstones and, you know, it is wonderful. And I'm thinking, are they really expensive or are we giving really crazily low prices? And actually, when I think about it, we are. $7.95 is exceptional. And yes, you can. And I've got to be honest with you, I looked at those bracelets and I thought, I wouldn't wear that. Our jewellery makers could make far better. And I know that sounds bad, but it's true. That was what I thought.
It's that old sort of cliche, isn't it? That you tend to accept things. That's a gemstone, that's this, that's that. You tend to accept it. But then when you start to create it yourself, you no longer accept that anymore because you want better standards.
Yeah. But this is right. We want to shop for something and we want to get exactly the best kind of value for money, but we want quality as well.
Yeah,
and now with the internet and all of that kind of thing, we can source things a lot better, can't we? And actually, I think comparatively, if you go and have a little bit of a research, our prices against maybe the rest of the UK with genuine gemstones, I think we match, well, we don't match up very well. I think we undercut very, very well indeed. Go and see what you think. At $7.95, I'm going to count these for you. They're big rounds, they're exceptional value, they're going to add power, strong colour, they're amazingly shiny. Look at the gloss on these. They're going to add that look of class to your designs. I'm going to count them because I said a word. You know I'm not much of a counter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 31, 2, 32. 32. Think how many, that's 20, just under 25 pence each, which is amazing. How many pairs of earrings is that? 15, 16 pairs of earrings, is that right? Did I get that right? Crikey. Massive carat weight. Because they're all the same size, you can work out the individual carat weight as well. GCGP83 is your item code. Well done to everybody that's already got theirs. We are buzzing busy this Monday morning. If you've just got in from the school run and you're shaking off your brolly and you're taking off your Mac. Do we wear Macs? We do. We wear Macs. We do. Trench coats. Gosh, isn't it awful? It was horrible this morning. Come and get yourself a cup of tea, sit down and think about jewellery making. Have a look. Maybe you did all your jobs yesterday, did you? Oh, did you have a nice roast? I had a lovely roast. Did you have a nice roast yesterday, Linda?
No, I was here, so I did, I did really, but it was just lamb chops.
Oh, that's nice.
Actually, it was.
I do love a bit of lamb.
Yeah, I do too.
We had chicken, roast potato, all the usuals. And a little cry at surprise, surprise. Not me, obviously.
A little what?
Little cry at surprise, surprise.
Oh,
it's tradition in our house.
Sorry. Yeah, I thought you sort of had a little cry because you'd roasted the dinner and it was rubbish.
Oh no, it was brilliant actually. I'm obsessed with a certain man's cookbook at the moment. Now, should we give Luxurious Linda's challenge? That's what we're calling it this morning. Well, hang on a minute. You're not giving her this, are you? Not that you're not worth it, because you are. But this is a little bit exclusive. Have a look. There's amazing violets coming out of this.
Isn't it beautiful?
Iolite. Oilite. I like to say it in an Irish accent because I think it sounds nice. Oilite. What do you think? Aren't these gorgeous? Just look at that purple. These are striking. Oh, Linda, did you demand these? Yeah.
Yeah, I was in the office actually when Kirsty was saying, "Oh, I've got a show on Monday, this, that, and the other." I said, "Right, that's my show."
That's my show.
I would love some of that iolite there. So she's kindly, but what else? And you'll see soon that she's put with it is absolutely stunning. This could be an absolute cracking kit.
Oh, you're going to really make something amazing.
It's beautiful. It really, really works.
I think just this strand on its own is mesmerising enough. The colours are incredible. I love the fact that you've got irregularity in the different shapes here because that sort of offers you something else, doesn't it? Because you know that you can fit it into here or there, especially if you're doing wire work. But I'm thinking about prong setting these. I know they're top drilled, so they fit really easily as pendants, but I'd like to see these prong set in a ring with some nice thick wire. If you want to do something like that, there's a download that you can look at on our masterclass section on our website, JewelleryMaker.com. Now, you're also going to get, and I think we're spoiling you a little bit. Now, these are a brand new shape, aren't they? They're like, they've got waists. It's a rondelle with a waist.
With a waist.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right, actually. Yeah, I think it's because they've been faceted side in to centre and then side into centre.
Let me show you a waist. I don't know whether I can sort of. They're like rondelles, but they've got this little slimline bit in the middle, which I quite like.
They're like cushioned, aren't they? Like a cushion.
Yeah, they are
Like a cushion
actually.
cut.
And these will, in fact, these will look really cute with a head pin through them as little buttons. I'm a little bit obsessed with buttons at the moment. So these just go beautifully together. I'm definitely thinking those glamorous piece of jewellery that you're going to wear during your Christmas do. Are we having a Christmas do? Yeah, why not? And then these teardrops of Pau Shell. And I gotta say, I am a huge fan of Pau Shell because just look at the way these colours are so fluid, one to the other. They just fluidly give you that colour change. And I think it's spectacular, isn't it? You've got these wonderful sort of petrol blues and greens and purples, and they've got a nice edge. And I know that Sheila's obsessed, Linda is obsessed with at least once every show, at least once. Actually, did you notice that somebody put your jewellery up and put Sheila's jewellery on the Jewellery Maker page?
Yeah, that happens a lot. That happens a lot. But you know what? I don't mind. I really don't mind because Sheila's jewellery is so gorgeous.
I
If
know.
they confuse me with her, that's fine.
That's fine.
That's
But
fine.
your jewellery is amazing as well. Now, these would be great for soutache. They've got a nice thick edge to them. I'm not finished. You've got another wonderful strand of serpentine. Look at this glowing colour. It is absolutely fabulous. Really, it's so fresh. It's beautiful. It's sort of a minty green. You know those lovely creamy mints that you get? That's what that reminds me of, the crumbly ones. That's what this reminds me of. Oh, aren't they yummy? Oh, my gran used to have those as well. A good night out is what this is called, and we could all do with it, couldn't we? You've got your iolite, you've got your serpentine, you've got all these wonderful gemstones. Because it's so new, I haven't got any dimensions. So Kirsty, I'm going to rely on you in my ears to tell me indeed what the dimensions are. Iolite, irregular, faceted, various size gemstones. Pau Shell, 14 by 10. Black agate rondelles, 8 by 5. Serpentine are 8 mil. So the iolite on its own should be just shy of £14. I'm going to give you all 4 strands. I don't even know where she's going here. Go on then, tell me. For just $19.95. Now again, if you went to the NEC last week, so many people Facebooked me saying, didn't buy any jewellery making stuff at the NEC because your prices were so much better. Is that what you found? Let us know. 60777 JM Studio, followed by your message. Now it's time to come back to Jewellery Maker, love our prices, and get yourself jewellery making with gorgeous gemstones like this. Genuine gemstones as well, it's important to note. Linda, are we getting any early inspirational vibes from you?
Yes, absolutely. I've been lucky enough to have that little bundle just before we went to air. And it's just astonishingly beautiful. The iolite with the Pau Shell is amazing. And then the serpentine there is just working in so well. It's going to be sort of, if I can actually make the jewellery I've got in my head, it strikes me as being really sophisticated. I mean, sort of a good night out is a great title for it. It should be the best night out, because it's just stunning, and it should make really good jewellery that is going to be so wearable for any occasion, because it's just so sophisticated.
Well, I agree, and I do think you're on a bit of a jewellery making role of excellence at the moment. It's got to be said. Given the jewellery that Linda has brought to the table today, you have got some extreme treats in store for you this morning and this afternoon, because really and truly, Linda, it's exceptional.
I've had some fantastic gemstone though, and do you know what? That's 90% of the thing about making jewellery. If you've got a nice product to work with, you know, it's so inspirational.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm also feeling very inspired by the Christmas tree. Who did these Christmas trees? Who
I think Paula
this?
and what's her name? That, you know, what's her name? Chloe. That's her name.
What, Chloe? Chloe Kardashian. That's what she's called. Amazing. She's done a good job, actually. It looks very pretty, doesn't it?
It does. It looks lovely.
Very pretty. Now, I'm going to give to you. Right, we've got a text message apparently, first of all, asking if we've got any organza bags coming on today's show. I'm not sure who the text's from, but the answer is oui, we do. Yes, we have got them coming up for you later on. Now it's all about colour, 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 but these colours aren't bright and summery. They're nice sort of tonal colours that give you, well, have a look, because I think these are kind of a great way of wearing lots of colour in the winter, but you can of course pick out the individual colours and put them in summer projects. Of course you can, but I think these rounds, again, lots of rounds with Linda, because she is so soutache mad at the moment. This is a great one for soutache, but it's also great if you're working with a bead loom, if you're doing some beaded kumihimo. This is probably about the largest round I would go to if I was going to do beaded kumihimo, but certainly we're thinking about macrame with these rounds, we're thinking about earrings with these rounds, the wiggly weave with the double drilled square with these rounds. That would be nice, wouldn't it? Double drilled rounds, that's something I've not seen. Is it something that's, I'm going to go to Oxbury. Double drilled rounds would be good, wouldn't they?
Do you know what? Yeah, I mean, then you could have a really sizable gemstone if it's double drilled rounds, couldn't you? And
yeah.
Yeah, actually, because then you could do some nice
wiggles,
work around it, can't you? When you've got the double drilled. We haven't had double drilled for anything for a while.
No, not ages. I know you could probably create your own polymer clay double drilled round. In which case, grab this bundle, because I think there's a lot of wiggling can be done, and that's my favourite thing. To wiggle from a double drilled is perfect. Yeah, you do that wavy thing. Now, have a look, because this strand I think is perfect for the, again, prong setting rings. But if you saw Laura Binding, if you've seen Laura Binding's design, and apparently I just saw on her Facebook page this morning that she's being featured in a certain jewellery magazine. And if you love Laura Binding's designs, I got to say, I think she's so talented with a neat wire work. It's a great one to do that pendant wrap with. Also, if you are working with wire with larger gemstones, check out Rachel Norris's designs, because the woman is a genius with wire. She creates art. Also, with that said, I'd look into, of course, the fabulous designs of Gemma Crow. She's very inspirational. I've got to say, these colours are very reminiscent of the colours that Gemma does, in fact, include within her jewellery. Those deep, rich colours are certainly somewhere where Debbie Bolford would go as well. We're talking about those burnt oranges. We're talking about those rich, deep blues and blacks. And you've got the yellows and greens in here as well. You've almost got amber tones coming out of these. Now, I'm going to give you 2 strands of 6mm rounds, both multi-agate, but one's crackled and one isn't. And then you're going to get the octagons of agate, which are 25 by 18 millimeters. I'm going to count those for you in just a sec. Before I do that, I'm going to give you your price tag. Then I'll count them. Are you ready? So you're getting 3 strands of gorgeous agate for 1 small price tag. I know you're pushing it with your Christmas pieces now, but if you have got 1 or 2 pieces to still continue to make, you've got the reds in there. Maybe it's that you've done all your Christmas jewellery. It's now time for the Christmas tableware and the Christmas decorations. Well, I'm going to give you an awesome price to make it doable. Get yourself on those phone lines, because this trio, your multicoloured madness, is just £11.95. Remember, those octagons are sizable. And also think about comparatively, I know so many of you have been out there to the NEC, comparatively, aren't we giving you great price tags? And doesn't it sometimes take places like the NEC to realise that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 on your large pendant strand. And at $11.95, you've got 2 wonderful strands of perfect rounds as well. And we are giving you that extended money back guarantee. Don't forget that, because I almost did then, did you? Till the 31st of January next year. It seems so far away, but we're going to offer you that opportunity. Do any other shopping channels, do any other companies, in fact, extend their money back guarantee just because it's Christmas? We do. To the 31st of January next year. We don't have to do that. We do it because we want to give you the very best customer service that we possibly can. There's one of 2 ways, of course, as always, of grabbing these on the phone lines. It's a free phone number, 0800 644 655, or JewelleryMaker.com. HXGC52 is your item code. That's HXGC52 at £11.95. Well done to you all that have got. Oh, Cass, I like your poppy jumper today.
I didn't even realise.
Oh, come and show us. How lovely. Look at Cass's. Oh, you got to go this way. Cass, this is lovely. This is what I should be wearing, something like this today. Look at this. Lovely poppy top. Oh, you're a good one. You're a good one. Did you watch the memorial service yesterday?
I didn't. I was in Tenerife.
What, you were in Tenerife yesterday? Hang on a minute. I only saw you the other day. You just dropped over to Tenerife.
For the weekend, as you do, you know.
Did you go to Tenerife for the weekend?
Yeah.
With who, Cass?
My friend.
Did you have a lovely time?
Really nice time.
I am well, Jell. Get out. Go on. How dare she? Get out. And then she comes back. I didn't know you were going. Why didn't you mention it? Was it last minute?
No, I did tell some people.
She didn't mention it to me. She doesn't confide in me. Oh, it's because I got a big mouth, isn't it? She didn't want me to tell everyone. Right, now, I've never heard of anyone just pop off to Tenerife for the weekend. First time in Tenerife or not?
Yes.
Did you like it?
Really nice, yeah.
Is it still warm?
Very, 24, 26.
So it's still warm. Oh, let's all go. Should we go to Tenerife? You coming, Linda?
I'm going in January, so.
She's going already. Do you go out there a lot?
Yeah, I go twice a year.
Do you?
Yeah.
I've never been. Should I go?
Yes, you should do. Yeah, it's as Cass just said, the weather's fantastic, and it's really nice.
How long is the flight?
It's really beautiful. On a good day with a good headwind behind you, it's just over 3.5 max.
I can get to the sun in 3 hours.
Yeah.
I'm so stupid. I never even realised
Yeah.
this. Isn't it funny? I'm gonna go. Let's go. Let's go. Don't know. I'll look after the pig though. That's what I did at the weekend. Chloe asked me. I spent about 5 hours cleaning the pigsty out.
You can get the man off Downton, the new pig man on Downton. He'll come and look
Is there a
after
new
them.
pig man?
There's a new pig man.
I'll ring my dad and tell him to bring the pig man over with him next time. Have a look. Talking about Downton. That's when you made your jewellery. You were watching Downton, weren't you?
Do you know what? I suppose I might have been, because the last time Downton was on the last series, I think I was subliminally influenced by it. Yeah.
Suddenly start making these amazingly vintage pieces of jewellery because of what you're watching on the television. Oh gosh, you know what? I was watching Star Wars on Saturday night. Lord knows what I'll start creating. Now, A New Hope, the best one. Now, have a look, because you've got this wonderful Prussian blue, and that's my favourite blue. Prussian blue. It sounds nice, doesn't it? They're 10 mil round. 10 mil rounds, and they are just wonderful because they are so uniform. Now, shell pearl, people often ask me, why do you call faux pearl shell pearl? Well, I don't. It's not the same thing at all. Shell pearl actually is made up from reconstituted pearl, and it might be that the pearls were all very, very irregular or broken or whatever. They just didn't make the grade for jewellery. So what happens is they're crushed down with perhaps shell or mother of pearl or anything like that, anything shell or pearl related, and then they're pushed back together into this perfect round, and they're covered in beautiful pearlized paint, in this case Prussian blue pearlized paint, and it's given it this wonderful varnish, this wonderful gloss. Now a faux pearl is just basically a ball of glue, which is lovely for 5 minutes until the pearly paint starts to wear off and you see said ball of glue underneath. Well, this has that fabulous solidarity of a pearl all the way through. Lovely Prussian blue colour. Now the benefit of a shell pearl over a real pearl, well, the only one is that if you were to get a real pearl this perfectly round, we'd be talking hundreds each, because that's when you know you've got the money right there with the pearls. Now I'm going to give to you, and I've got to say the next round I'm going to give to you, everybody's got to have in their collection, and you'll look at this and you'll think, okay, I need that. These hearts are wonderful. They're going to go great in the groom's cufflinks. They're going to go wonderfully in earrings. They're great if you want to do the invisible stitch in macrame and push them through. Maybe some nice silver cord would look lovely, wouldn't it? A single pendant. Now, how many of us have had a little browse at Thomas Sabo? Aren't these very reminiscent with a silver head pin? Maybe it's Links of London. They are very expensive in there, and Pandora. Very expensive, but Thomas Sabo's is on most of the big shopping mall high streets, or inside the big shopping malls. And there's a lot of black and silver, isn't there, Linda?
There is a lot of black and silver, and I must admit way before I started working at JewelleryMaker, I bought the black onyx stretchy Thomas Sabo with a little charm holder. I mean, we do all those with the Milano charms that we have here and everything. And by the time I put 3 charms on it, it was for Christmas and birthday. By the time I put 3 charms on it, I was into just over £200. That was a while ago.
Black onyx.
Yeah, and it's a stretchy, so there's no.
It's lovely,
real,
and it's
beautiful, and I still wear it. I do still wear it. I must admit to that. But if we're talking down to economics, yeah, rest my case basically.
You should wear it as a reminder of what you used to pay.
Oh yeah, no, I still wear it.
Gemstones. Now, this really is a classically put together bundle. The colours are very wonderful together. They're very classic, they're very, very classy, and they're elegant. It is again quite Downton, Oliver, yeah. It's making us go a little bit rari, Now this is called the Terrific Trio, but I'm going to call it the Tenerife Terrific Trio. NGG-C42 is your item code. Are you ready to get yourself involved? Perhaps you've got jet lag a little bit like Cass. Perhaps you're wondering, what on earth's going on this grey morning? Did you just come back from the sunshine? You lucky ducks. How about this for a treat? All 3 for just $9.95. That really is an incredible price yet again this morning. And that code for you, in case you're watching on the website, is NGGC42. You've got 230 carats in the black agate, and the hearts are 14mm. Prussian shell, 10mm, and your cream frosted shell at 4mm. This would go very well with Linda's challenge. Don't give it her though. Now, I'm going to give to you. Let's do box 6, Kirsty. Does it come with these lovely findings as well? Do you know that they're hearts? Did you know they're in rose gold? Did you know I need these? Oh my gosh, I love them. Are they on sterling silver? Imagine these next to the black. Are these brand new? I'm in love. Stop. I've never seen them before. Who's seen these before? Linda, look at what I've got. They're little hearts.
No,
of
I've not
rose
seen
gold.
them. No, I haven't.
Aren't they lovely? And they're on sterling silver, and you get 5 of those. And just talking about that charm bracelet you must have bought, because these have got the holes at the top. How wonderful would these look against some black onyx?
Absolutely
Aren't they
beautiful.
gorgeous?
Absolutely stunning. No, I've not seen those before.
Oh, I love them.
I mean, they could be a nice signature for your jewellery, couldn't they, as well? You know,
Yeah.
if you sort of sell it.
One of them on a bracelet would look beautiful. Little signature tag. Oh, I love these. By the way, you get something else, but I'm absolutely involved with these. I want them. So you get 5 of them. They would look good in earrings though, wouldn't, you know those little charm rings? Have you seen those?
Yes, yeah,
Perfect for those.
Exactly.
Oh yes, that's gorgeous. What a gorgeous idea. Have you ever seen those expensive charm bracelet manufacturers? Have you seen those lovely little, well, they're very cute. They're little charm rings. They've got lots of bubble rings, Hannah Oxbury calls them. Got lots of movement to them. A little gizmo coil is all you need. You could create that. Wow. Are you serious? Oh my gosh, look at what you've, oh my goodness. Is this new? Again, I'm gonna open this because you can't see the wow factor that I'm seeing. Oh, there's gemstones in here I've never seen, like this one. What is this one? Is that? Look at these. That faceting, yeah, faceted, but it's mystic coated and faceted, and it's a like a little smarty shape. You've got, no, hang on a minute, stop. You've got ametrine in here. You've got ametrine, look at that ametrine. Oh, hang on, that's not it, that's not it. Just wait. Look at these, they're amazing. Absolutely amazing. Oh, I love that. I'm definitely prong setting that one. Look, I've got the most incredible labradorite. I've got far too many beautiful gemstones in here. This is one of those ones you'd get out and you'd just be like looking at for ages, and then you'd look at the clock and realise you've been there for 2 hours. It's one of those. Oh my gosh, look at the briolettes. Don't forget that you've got those wonderful hearts as well. Unbelievable. You're always going to get the same carat weight. The gemstones could vary slightly. We try to match them up as much as we can. Oh my gosh, this is my favourite. Oh my gosh, you've got the little iolite. Do you know what? I would always recommend that you get one of these, because you might be getting gemstones here that you've never used before. So you push yourself a little bit out of your normal zone. I don't want to say comfort zone, because it might be that you're quite willing to try other things, but it's just hard to make that sort of transition. Whoops. You little monkey. You know, you need to be on the phone lines, because don't forget you get those incredible rose gold on sterling silver hearts. You get 5 of those, and those alone, how much would these be on their own if you were shopping elsewhere? If you went to a bead shop, what about your local bead shop? How much is one of these? A couple of pounds? So you'd have about £10 worth here, wouldn't you? I reckon these would be a tenner at the very, very least. I think you might find it hard to find genuine gemstones. When I went into that wonderful bead shop near me in Hitchin, I did go in there and go, oh my gosh, it was amazing. I said to the lady, do you do genuine gemstones? She went, no, I can't get hold of those, and the price would be far too high for my customers. And I thought, Now I'd pay £20 for these alone, having done the research that I've been doing, and I think that would be a good price. I would be happy to pay £20. And then you've got this wonderful tube of utter luxury. Perhaps it's one of our most luxurious of all of the deluxe gem selection tubes. You get absolutely stacks and stacks of gemstones. Unbelievable that you are getting all of this in the Mix It Up bundle for a crazy low price tag of just 16. You'd pay more than that, wouldn't you? Wouldn't you pay more than $16.95 for the sterling silver and rose gold on their own? This is an incredible opportunity. Think about prong setting. Think about doing a Laura. Oh, I bet Laura Binding will love this tube. I bet she's already got it, in fact. $16.95, the value is phenomenal yet again this morning. It's all about value for money, isn't it? HOG, C56. Linda, talk to me. This is amazing, isn't it?
It is, it's stunning. And I think, as you've just said, when you've got sort of a basic knowledge of gemstones, and then you see gemstones that you haven't seen before and you want to know what it is, and then that sort of leads you on then to getting an interest in that particular gemstone, so you'll buy a strand of it. But it's brilliant to have these, particularly for charm bracelets, for earrings, and I'm doing a lot of, what I'm finding really popular are charm necklaces. Really popular.
Explain charm
Well,
necklace.
imagine a charm bracelet,
Yeah.
which essentially was, it sort of evolved into buying little souvenirs, didn't it, basically, and adding them. Exactly the same phenomena for a necklace now.
But just at the very, very front?
No,
Or
all the way around.
Really?
Yeah, I saw that, again, I saw that idea in Italy.
Oh,
and that's exactly
Italiano.
what it is a charm necklace.
Everyone's going on far too many holidays for my liking. What is going on? How dare you? Half the stock has been allocated and gone and sold out for this, so if you do love it and you've got it in an unchecked basket on the website, now's the time to get checking out. For £16.95, again for anybody watching on the repeat, HOG C56 is your item code. Give us a tinkle, 0800 644 655, or get webby with us, all the w's.jewellerymaker.com. It's the Mix It Up bundle. Well done to everybody that got that. I want those little, I really am in love with those little hearts. Are you? Now. They are pretty. There you go, Cass. Don't say I never give you nothing. I bet you were dreaming of me giving you messy items when you're on that plane.
I couldn't wait to come back to work today just to see you.
No,
Do you believe it?
I'm going to give you some packaging ideas now. I got to say, I am a bit of a stickler for packaging. If I see something, even if it's in a supermarket, it's a food, and I like the packaging, I'm like, I want that. That's going to look pretty
But
in my
that's the
fridge.
marketing behind it, Jenny, isn't
I
it?
know I get sucked in, do you?
Yes.
But it is true, because I think if I see something that looks amazing, I think whatever's inside you must be even better.
Yes, absolutely. And but with luxury goods like jewellery, if you've got that right packaging, the whole picture comes together, doesn't it? And your expectations aren't plummeted at any point.
I think as well, if you package your things properly, just like Angela Edwards will always tell you, you make not only yourself believe that they are worth that,
Absolutely.
but everybody else who comes along to your jewellery shop or to wherever you sell your jewellery, or even if it's just as a gift. I'm going to give you the little ring box, which is really cute, and it's got inside that velvet, it's got the little slit in it for you to put a ring in, or earrings in there as well, stud earrings. Hang on, this is a bit like a puzzle, you've got to get it right. There you go. So that goes back there. You've got the lovely pink bag as well. And then I'm going to give you some black too. Now, you get inside the black swirlies tissue paper as well. So you've got a selection, a range of different bags, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 items. We've got your organza gift bag coming up for you later on. You've got your Paris pink with the snake skin effect. You have got, which one's that? That one. How many have I got on there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The Bieber range black and white. You've got your little ring box. And don't forget, you get the tissue paper inside all of these as well. OMG C28 is your item code. Very limited. Make sure you don't get cut short without your packaging. It's important. Not only for your customers, and as well, let's face it, how many men like wrapping? If you say, do you want me to gift wrap it for you, for your wife or whoever, yeah, they're going to take it, aren't they? I said, we were having this conversation in the car the other day, and I said to Lee, I can't wait to wrap those Christmas presents. He went, good, because I don't want to do it at all. You can do the lot. I was like, don't you like doing it? He's like, nope, I love buying presents, I hate wrapping them. And I think that sort of is a bit of a man thing. I don't want to put all men in the same box, but
It can be a woman thing as well, because I must admit, I agree with him. I detest it. I
oh,
hate
you don't
it.
like wrapping? I
Nope.
love it.
No, can't bear it at all. So a
Everything's
nice
gift
bag,
bags.
a nice box is much better than me with my crazy sellotape, biting it off in my teeth and ramming it on, and it turns over and I rip the paper.
You look like a mummy at the end of it.
A nice bag at the end of the day is.
All right, I'll go with that. And it's time saving too, isn't it?
Yes.
Give your customers that gift wrapping service, or in fact, gift wrap the items for gifts yourself. It's the Wrap It Up collection. OMG C28. Limited stock on this, so be quick. all for just £6.95. How much are these? These are about £3 on their own, aren't they? And a box. And you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 items for £6.95. A very, very good price tag for you. You don't get my cup of tea. Sorry about that. How unsightly. No tea. Although I'm sure Cass will come round to your house and make you a cup of tea if you ask her nicely. So check out baskets. These are limited. Now, I'm gonna give to you. Here you go, Cassie Cass. I still can't believe you've been to Tenerife for the weekend.
Birthday present to myself.
Oh, when was your birthday?
2nd of November.
It was Cass's birthday on the 2nd of November. She didn't bring cakes in. Don't start trying to, she's trying to take your glory there. Kirsty went, well, it's right on the 21st. You've got the same birthday as my brother. Yeah, and I like him. He's one of my favourite people. Now, I like my brother. Now, you are gonna, oh, hang on a minute, stop. Don't tell me you've got 100 metres of wire in this kit.
You have.
Are you serious? You put this kit together, didn't you? I love when Linda and Sheila do that. Did you put this together? Yeah, of course I did. You've got the power here to do that.
Yeah, well, we see it from a jewellery maker's point of view, you see, so yes.
Okay, good. I'm glad. That's exactly how it should be, isn't it? So I'm going to give to you first of all, and actually it's funny because Linda and I were talking about bicones last week and saying how we need more of them because they're so wonderful. To make a beady bead out of a bicone, if you've only used a round, you're going to be so happy about a bicone. They slot together. I mean, a round is great, but a bicone is so easy because they puzzle together. The edge butts up against the other edge and they just sparkle so much. They're just fabulous. And they're also great if you're dropping earrings. They're also fantastic for clusters. And you know, we're talking about charm bracelets and bubble bracelets. They're great for that as well. I think the bicone is one of the most versatile shapes and it's such a cute little size is this. These do look good in your beaded chains if you're getting a bit carried away with this soutache like so many of us are. They do look wonderful, don't they? They're just perfect for little sparkles. I do love just putting a head pin, wrapping up and making that lovely cluster because you have got so much shine from each edge, so much luster. Now, I'm gonna give you no, actually there's 3 trumpet strands. There's 2 trumpet strands. Here's your fanfare. Da, 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 da. Amethyst and ametrine on the 1 strand. Yes, you are getting ametrine. Unbelievable. And look at the size of these. They're big pendants. They're so beautiful. You can really pick out these glorious colors. Now the ametrine, of course, we know, if you don't know, I'll tell you, is a fusion of citrine and amethyst. It only happens in Bolivia, and it's also known as Bolivianite. And if you go and have a little bit of a research, this can be a gemstone that fetches big money. In fact, we've got a huge piece in our museum and it's just mesmerizing. If ever you need inspiration here at Jewellery Maker, if you're lucky enough to be in the building, you can saunter across to our gemstone museum and it just makes you realize how special gemstones really are. Look how well the fluorite goes next to that ametrine. Now you can see exactly what Linda's done here, and of course they say purple is the color of creativity, so we can really feel our creative juices flowing already, can't we? I know I can. Now I'm going to give to you a wonderful strand. Now these are great because they're kind of bubbly rather than faceted, and we do tend to see the flat or faceted teardrops. So it's really nice to have the change here of these wonderful teardrops, big teardrops of moonstone. And isn't there such a magic? I'm going to take that strand away if that's all right. I'm just going to ask Cass for my blackboard so that I can show you what I call the moon essence. But of course that's a made-up word that I created. And moon essence, yeah, thanks Cass. It's like lavender essence, but it's moon essence. Moon essence. Seriously, look at that. Woohoo! Don't you think This is a strand of, you've got greens, blues. I mean, I'd love it. I could look at moonstone all day. They say it's the gemstone of fertility though, so I'm going to put it down quite quickly. But it's a gemstone that I am drawn to actually. It's of course June's birthstone, which straight away is special to me because that's my son's birthstone. Look at these all together. And then I'm gonna give you something that I love, love, love. And that, do you know, I've got so much more to give to you as well, is the Moonstone plain rounds. Now, we all know the versatility of a plain round, but when it's Moonstone, it makes it magical as well as versatile, doesn't it? And we're thinking now about the projects, aren't we? What are you going to do? I know I keep thinking about Sutash, but Linda's to my right, and she's very, very excellent as Sutash, and this really would be a wonderful one to put with that. But I'm seeing so much scope here for earrings, for pendants, for some gorgeous wire wrapping maybe. I'm just super inspired by those big pieces of ametrine. I think you really let those take center stage. They could be a ring. You know what? The clarity is just mesmerizing. And I'm going to do something else for you as well. 0.25 wire, 100 meters for your tiara twisting. Maybe it's for your basket weaving. How many of us are thinking about doing our lazy daisy Viking knits and things like that? Maybe we're looking at Laura Binding, maybe we're looking at Rachel Norris and we're thinking, I've got my 1 mil, now I need my structure, now I need my weave. Well, it's 0.25 that's going to give you that weave. And whether it's that you're jewelry making crafty or whether you're crafty in another way, because there are so many other crafts out there, and I do know that you do a little bit of channel hopping, and whether you're crafty in any other way, wire work is big, isn't it? It's big news. You're going to get this within a kit. Now, I always think that a kit's one of the best things you can buy for your first ever purchase here at Jewelry Maker, because we're giving you the gemstones, we're giving you the wire. I'm also going to give to you your beading materials, including the matching beading thread, your elastic, and your monofilament. So all of your beading materials, plus I'm going to give you 98 findings, including 1 meter of chain, 3 shepherd's hooks. You have got your toggle clasp with a little extender there, eye pins, head pins, crimp bead covers, the donuts, the nautical clasp, the lobster claw clasp is there as well. You've got your ribbon ends with the extended chain, and you've got the little antique bronze balls as well. So if this is your first purchase, it's not just all of this that you get, which is amazing because you can start jewelry making straight away. You're also going to get a free tutorial DVD. You're also going to get a free step-by-step book and a free magazine. We are also going to give you the opportunity, if a kit is your first ever purchase, to create the jewelry. If you don't love jewelry making, you get to send the jewelry you've made back and we'll still give you a refund. And not even just that. Right now, because of Christmas time, because it could be that you're creating for Christmas gifts or whatever, you are going to get an extended money back guarantee, no questions asked, no quibble guarantee from this moment to the 31st of January 2014. The gemstones are beautiful. The multicolored fluorite bicones are 6x5. The moonstone graduated drops 8x4 to 15x9. That's on an 18 centimeter strand, by the way. 40 carats of rainbow moonstone plain rounds. Those are 4 mil. Those are the ones that I think are Sutashable. Your amethyst and ametrine graduated nuggets are between 11x7 to 21x13, and they're on a 16 centimeter strand. Not forgetting, of course, 100 meters of antique bronze wire and all your beading materials and 98 findings. Y, A, G, C, 77 is your item code. You're going to need this all of these wonderful genuine gemstones and more for just £32.95. You have got so much. 4 strands, 100 meters. 100 meters of wire. Now, isn't that, what's that? That's a £10 on its own is the wire. So basically for £22.95 you're getting everything else. It's an incredible deal. Now this is for you if you're thinking high end, if you're thinking scope, if you're thinking these gemstones can go so far for my jewelry making. Now if you're thinking about doing tiara twists, or if you're thinking about doing mother of the bride pieces. It could be that you're thinking about that special Christmas gift for your mum, for your sister, for your best friend. It could be that you've got these gemstones in mind to do just that. Grab the kit. It is limited edition. Glitz and glamour. Once more, if you're watching us on YouTube or on the web, I'll give you the code YAGC77. And without further ado, we're going to get over to the wonderful Linda and be super inspired by her. We obviously called each other this morning and decided that we're both going to wear black and white. That happens. Coordinating. Good job I had something clean.
Yeah, true. When you get dressed in the dark, you're not quite sure what you put on.
I know. I don't know. I absolutely, now this is the one, Linda and I today, Debbie came into the gallery and went, have you seen the fluorite piece that Linda's done? It's incredible. Now, it really is incredible. Incredibly beautiful. I've got to show everybody the fanfare piece. The other, they're all incredible, but this one, absolutely, I mean, come on.
It is the tiara technique. I'll quickly go through it with you in a moment. But again, the gemstones in this kit. Okay, I mean, when I'm allowed to put my kits together for the shows that I do, and I do push the boundaries a little bit. I know this is a little bit more expensive, but really look at it, really do some research. Look at the prices on our website, look at the prices elsewhere, and you've got 2 strands of moonstone. You've got a fabulous fluorite in the most amazing cuts. And you've got ametrine. Now, how often can we give you ametrine in a kit? And also, the ametrine in this is really sizable, and it's got so much citrine hues to it as well. You know, work it out, have a look, and just work out the value of those gemstones. And then on the top of that, obviously, 100 metres of the wire, which I think Kirsty's just said is around about £10 a spool anyway.
Yes,
so you know, you're sort of quids in all the time, and the gemstones are just absolutely delightful.
Beautiful. And do you know what those moonstones remind me of? You know when a spider's web catches the raindrops? That's what this reminds me of. I put it on the black bust because I really wanted you to see the greens, the individual colours coming out from that fluorite, really making this piece look so wonderful. Now this is an absolute bouquet of colour. The design is just amazing. And we were talking about, we have been doing a little bit of research between us all over the weekend. We have been watching other channels, and you were saying that there is that big one that I was talking about with the agate necklace that had a jewellery making kit on.
Yes.
There was hardly anything to it. There was no findings.
There was no findings to it. There was just elastic, beading thread, faux beads, i.e. acrylic beads, 2 strands of. Basically, it was a stretchy bracelet kit, I think, if I remember correctly, and it was £19.
Just goes to show the value you're getting here now. The scope for your design is mega. I've got to show everybody these incredible drop earrings in just a moment as well. We've got these beautiful, very Downton, and then I've got the tiering here of the gemstones on the bracelet, really going along that graduation line, and that's why it's so wonderful to have a graduated strand. Now have a look at these earrings. Now, how did you do this? Was it wire twister?
No, I just twisted those in the tiara technique, exactly the same.
Aren't they beautiful?
Yeah, hand twisted.
They're stunning.
It's not, it doesn't quite give you that same twist as you get with the twister. It's not as uniform, but it's a little bit more shabby chic look, which I'm really into at the minute.
Everybody is, aren't they?
Yeah.
You've got that wonderful sort of, that tattered look, that amazing. Well, we're seeing a lot of verdigris, we're seeing a lot of steampunk, we're seeing a lot of vintage. It is very shabby chic out there in interior design as well as, and I always think interior design and clothing and jewellery sort of end up crossing over.
Yeah, well, it all comes under that heading of accessories, really, doesn't it? So
absolutely.
Yeah.
And then we got one more pair of earrings just down here. And which one are you going to demonstrate for us, darling?
Well, the necklace, the sort of the main necklace that I used obviously a lot of the gemstones in. Just to do this if I quickly go through this front pendant drop here, and anybody that's interested or knows how to do the tiara technique, you'll get it very, very easily. And anybody who's a complete beginner, because it's an easy technique, you will also get that. And then it's a repetition then on the rest, just putting a little bit more of a balance. But in the centre of the moonstone drops, because they're graduated, we're going to get a larger one, you know, an absolute beauty teardrop of moonstone, and that's the one I decided that I was thinking about. So, and that's when that necklace actually materialised, because I've got a drop, waterfall, yeah, and I've got all the gorgeous little ones. The tiny little 4 mils are stunning. I mean, the schiller I've been getting off those at home was mind-blowing. So, take a long length, let me just say probably over a metre if you can work with that, because we are going to put it in half. So a good arm stretch of your wire, because we're going to double it up. And then just thread on. You don't have to use the moonstone drop, it's entirely up to you, but it just works for this particular graduated look necklace. Feed that moonstone into the very centre of your wire, and then holding the wire in one hand between finger and thumb and holding the gemstone. Keep it fairly taut, keep a little bit of tension on it, just twist. Okay, don't move these holding fingers at the minute until you're happy that that twist is going to support, which it almost is now. It's supporting that gemstone.
You're twisting the gemstone,
I'm
not the wire.
twisting the gemstone, not the wire. That's how you'll get more of. And then as you move along the wire, then the holding hand, move that just very, very slowly until you've got about 1 centimetre away from that gemstone. You see that's hanging there, really taut, but not overly taut, because if you go one step too far, you're going to cause some friction between the gemstone and the wire, and it may just snap on you. So just wait, you will know immediately that you've got that right amount of twisting, that you'll know instinctively, it will just happen. And then, as you can see, because we doubled the wire, we've got 2 working wires now. I'm sorry that it's we're working with the 2.5, but it's exactly what I needed for this project, because it's nice and fine. So we just separate them now, and then on the one strand, I tend to work, particularly if I'm working with a large drop on a centre pendant, I tend to work tinily around it. So my next size gemstone naturally is
tinily.
Yes, sorry, that probably isn't a word.
I like it.
It's a jewellery term.
It's going in the dictionary. What am I keeping?
So the next thing, it's probably my tray I'm working on. So the next thing is just popping on one of the little moonstones. You don't have to. You can use the fluorite, but one of the little moonstone. I just like that. There's this little cluster of schiller at the end of the drop. Now move that onto that working wire, probably around 1 centimetre just over away from the join, okay, and hold on to that gemstone again, and then bring the wire that you've just popped the gemstone onto back to what I'm calling the sort of thread of the wire, which is going to be my main strand that I'm working to around the design. So you've now got this loop with the gemstone trapped. Again, turn the gemstone until the new twist on that sort of branch, let's call it a branch, that new twist on that branch has met the base of this centre branch. You'll see it's going to be a centre when we come back to it. And then exactly the same thing on the other side, because we're working in sort of branches, literally branches all the way down the pendant. So
do you have that in mind when you're doing this?
Yeah, you will do. Once you start, you sort of think of a leaf, think of a branch, but just think stylised, okay? Again, it doesn't have to be the same length. It can be slightly shorter, it can be slightly smaller, because this is going to be, when it's finally finished, it's all going to be pulled and shaped, because it's wire, into a pleasing shape. Again, bring that wire that you've just popped the gemstone onto, bring it back to where all those wires are meeting, and twist again, okay, keeping that gemstone at the very join of the wire. And then when we've come back to this working stem, which is where we've got the 2 loose wires, we push those 2 little branches either side, okay, and then get the working wires, a bit like macrame, get these lazy wires, as it were, which we're using as working wires as well, and twist again.
For structure,
yeah,
just gives that strength.
Yeah, we're just working on the on the shape really. So now we've come along, you see we've got the tip of it, we've got two little branches going off, and we've come back to the main stem. So we need another branch now. So what I'm going to do now is pop on a fluorite, probably a nice one of the deeper colours of the fluorites, either the deeper greens or the deeper purples, and just so that we've got some some pizzazz now, that's sort of bringing the moonstone alive, because of the, those fabulous shillers in the moonstone.
I can see it from here.
It's just suddenly brought that alive. So pop that onto one of the strands and then pull away, and we're working in sort of a triangular shape. So we're going to get a little bit further away from the edge of that one. So take it a little bit further out, bearing in mind as you twist it'll shorten. And then that bicone, just straighten it up somewhat, and again twist. Okay. Now I'm going to cut a long story short, as they say. I'm just going to twist probably just under a centimetre, because I want another branch coming off of that branch. Yeah. So that same working wire, I'm going to pop one of the moonstones, one of the little 4mm moonstones on.
Okay.
And if I can find the hole, there's this. It's such a beautiful. I was mesmerised by that plant.
I can't. I know. The thing is, though, when you're looking at it and you see something so beautiful, it does suit being in sort of the branches of a tree, because it is kind of ethereal.
Well, I think this is a fantastic way of appreciating gemstone, is by using it to make jewellery, because you're looking at it the whole time, and it does. You can just see the sheer beauty of it. So we've now popped on that same working wire a little moonstone. Again, pull it out just under a centimetre away. Bring it back to the branch that you're working on and twist again. Okay, so now we've got a little branch on that branch, and then bring it back to the core there, and then just twist down. You can put another branch on if you want, but keeping in mind that we're working towards this centre branch by my thumbnail there. So bring the wire back to that centre branch and sort of jam it, as it were, there, and just twist. Okay, and then we're back to the wire, so we move that working wire out of the way because we've just used that as a branch, and then start working on this one exactly the same. So it's working on a branch, bringing a branch off of the branch, coming back to that working branch, and then back to that main core stem the whole way. And then when you've finally finished, you can just bring that necklace over one tick.
Of course.
Because obviously it's a work in progress. It doesn't take that long, because it's literally, it becomes, you just do it without thinking.
It's amazing. Now, could I put this technique into other pieces?
Absolutely
could it be a brooch?
anything.
Could it go in a hair comb?
Absolutely anything. Hair combs, hair vines, tiaras, brooches. You can make any piece of jewellery. If you've got wire, you can make any piece of jewellery that you want using wire, particularly using this technique, or obviously other techniques that exist. But when we've finally finished the whole thing, we've come back to the core. You see, these could be stood proud. Just fiddle with them until you've got a pleasing look. Put
like
them
a
on,
flower arrangement.
Yeah, if you've got exactly, until you've got that sort of pleasing look. And then I chose to use one of the ametrine here as almost as a bail. And you see just there, let me turn it around so I can hold it. So all the cords of the wire, which you're only working on 2, so you're twisting those wires along, and they will pass through the ametrine. So you can choose you could have a really large, perhaps more of a yellow ametrine there to cause as a focal point. But I mean, there's some beauties here. I've just chosen like 3 small ones there, which would be fantastic as bails. But then I've got this gorgeous deep golden one that I could use as a bail as well. And then work along the neckline. And then perhaps, as I've done on this particular necklace, I've just fashioned 2 smaller ones of the branches, and then on the end I've literally put either a bicone or a moonstone, and just use the spacers with the ametrine, and then the antique wire goes up. So the antique bronze wire goes absolutely stunningly well with this look, because it is so vintage. It's so, dare we say it is so Downton. But you know, if you want to use your sterling silver wire, sterling silver findings that you've got in your stash, then you know, by all means, that would look stunning, as would gold. But because we've got stunning strands of gemstone in here, to make it an attractive price point for you, then I put the antique bronze findings in. But it would look stunning with the silver ones as well. But you know what, you've got a great bargain here in gemstones at that price, particularly with the wire.
With the wire, with the findings, you get 98 of those. There's so much value for money here and so much scope for design. Of course, this has been very, very popular. And let's face it, comparatively, if you think about where else you're shopping, if you think about the price tags that you're paying, we're talking about genuine gemstones. These aren't glass and they're not acrylic. These are genuine gemstones that are formed in the ground. They've been mined for, they've been faceted, they tell a story. Perhaps they're a birth gemstone. We know that we've got 2 birth gemstone strands in here with the moonstone. Well, no, the amethyst as well. You've got 3, haven't you?
Yes, yes.
And so I would grab this kit as quickly as possible because it is really, really, really popular. £32.95. Very good value indeed. Go and have a little bit of a web research and see how amazing our prices really are. Right now it's time to see your pieces, your gemstones come to life within the jewellery that you've designed. I just love this part of the show. It's time to go to the Wall of Fame. I tried to get one of these, not this one, but from a supermarket, and I was told to put it back. I wasn't allowed it. So this might actually come. Oh, yeah. He's had to squash his little antlers in. Sorry about your antlers. Now.
Does he have that sort of thing to his talking talk? A little
antler. He knows what I'm on about.
Oh, we went to see him on Saturday morning at the local garden centre.
Did you?
Yes, we did. Father Christmas arrived.
Is he there already?
Yeah,
I tell you, he comes earlier every year, doesn't he?
Yeah, it was nice to see him though.
It was great. Do you know what? I bet it was great.
It was fantastic. Took the 4 little ones. It was fabulous.
How wonderful. Yeah. I had yesterday 5 deer in front of my car on a road. And me and Mia were like, oh! And I just sat there and someone tooted behind me. I was like, I'm not going anywhere. These are the most beautiful things ever. And we just waited for them to...
Yeah, I must admit, I pulled up at some traffic lights very close to where I live, where there's a sort of a little glade, and a little Bambi came out in front.
I wish they wouldn't go near cars though, because it makes me love them so much. They're so pretty. Number 438. Look, we've been talking about charm bracelets.
They're just always there, aren't they?
They are. Always. This is going to sell straight away, isn't it? Look, lovely use of chainmail here as well. Very skilled. Kim Rawlins from Norwich, and Kim writes, "Hi, this is my first attempt at a charm bracelet." Come on. Your first attempt? Well, it's a brilliant attempt. Where are you going to be this time next year? Millionaires. 1.25 silver wire to make a Byzantine chain base. And then, well, so she actually made her own head pins here as well. So it's mad.
Yeah, well, that's what we do.
Jump rings, sorry. Yeah. It's mad. Head pins, then used head pins to attach the crackled agate from one of my JewelleryMaker bundles, and I still have loads of the bundle left to make new pieces. Regards from Kim. Kim, this is gorgeous. You're amazing. Fantastic. Number 438. Well done.
This is 439.
Ring.
A lovely selection.
She must have the Ring DVD.
I think she probably has actually. Marie.
Oh,
in Aberdeen.
Yeah.
Hi Marie. Here's my entry for this week's Wall of Fame. I finally got myself a ring mandrel and had to try it out straight away. These are the results, and I was inspired by the Ring DVDs with Louise. I think I may be hooked. I still can't quite manage to work with the coloured wire without scraping off the colour, no matter how hard I try not to. So any advice on avoiding this would be appreciated. Let me just read the rest of the email. The stones used are emerald and red garnet with 0.8 and 1 mil wire respectively, 0.8 wire in blue and 1 mil in the silver rings without the gemstones. Best of luck to all this week's entries and keep up the good work. Well, Marie, the wire obviously has to be coloured. It doesn't naturally come in those colours, and it is heat coated on. The best way to avoid it is literally by investing in a pair of slim pronged nylon jaw flat nose pliers, and they are made for the job. So if you've got the tool that's actually made to avoid something happening, or made, to make that end product better, then that's the tool to invest in.
Definitely.
And that's the one for that.
And it really does make a difference because
it makes a huge
you still get a
difference.
nice grip on it, but it's softer at the top somehow.
Well,
and
it's
it doesn't-
exactly the same thing as using any flat nose pliers, but you've got that guardian.
protection.
Yeah.
I love this against the cacti.
Fantastic, yes.
Isn't that fab? It's all spiky.
It's almost like one of those flowers that eat things and it's eating the gems.
I always wanted one of those Venus flytraps.
That's what it's called. Yeah.
441 is wonderful, very neat, June. I love this. Hi to all, loving all the shows. Well done, Ed. Saw you presenting for the first time today. Nice style. This is my entry for the Wall of Fame, made from amethyst. From yourself, of course. Like many people, I have looked at other sites for gemstones, but have never found any that match the quality or price. Then she goes on to give me her account number, which I won't read out. June, I was about to. No, stop. June, I love this. It's so very, very neat and tidy. I love that macrame technique you've used with the flower in the centre. I think it's very effective. And we love the plant.
Yes.
Love it.
Yeah, plant's beautiful. And as is the jewellery, I'm sorry. This is number 404.
I'm always clapping when it I'm like a seal.
Christmas decorations.
Oh, I love it.
From Jean in not too far away, Newcastle in Staffordshire. Hi to all at JewelleryMaker Towers. Here's my entry for this week's Wall of Fame, and it's Christmas decorations made from polymer clay, all from JewelleryMaker. Good luck to all, but I need a win. Spending too much at the moment. Well, the very best of luck, Jean, because I'd like my tree covered in those.
Let's have a look. That's glitter?
Yeah, with the glitter on, yeah.
I love it. I love
Something
them.
about a snowman and a Christmas tree. Reminds me of something.
I love it. It's making me think about jingly bells and reindeers.
Isn't it lovely?
Isn't it a lovely time of
it's
year,
great,
though?
yeah,
I love it. We all get involved. Now.
Oh, wow. Talking of Christmas.
I know.
It's like a poinsettia, isn't it?
It's wonderful. I love these colours. Is it Kumahimo?
Yep, I would say so.
It's really good. I love this. The colours just really spot on for me. And this is from Lorenza. Lorenza. Lovely name.
Lovely name.
Just designed this necklace, says Lorenza, as a Christmas gift for a good friend. She loves bright colours and I know that she will welcome this gift. I used Kumahimo disc to make this necklace using green and red satin cord. I used one of the green organza jewellery bags from my stash for the 4 leaves and red and green agate rounds for the flower. And I would love to see this on the Wall of Fame. Thank you from Lorenza Reto. What, Lorenza or Lorenza? I'm not sure. Let me know.
Yeah.
Or Lauren.
Sometimes we need
Lauren,
these
I'm
names
just going to call you Lauren.
put phonetically. I know a lady, I couldn't pronounce her name, and in the end she sent a Wall of Fame entry in and she actually pronounced as such and such, so that's a good idea.
It is. Oh, I love that. I hope your friend loves it too. I know she will.
Yeah,
she will.
Wear that Christmas Day, fantastic.
You said the magic words. Now, I have got for you, talking about magic. Look at this. I mean, we have been a bit gushy over this today.
Yeah, but you can't blame us. I mean, the first thing I need to say is the fact, well, when was the last time we saw this gemstone?
I've never seen canary kunzite in a strand before here.
No, I haven't. No, I mean, I can't remember the last time I've seen kunzite full stop. It's a long time ago. And as you say, that canary kunzite is beautiful.
I love it. I just love it. And of course, you've got pink kunzite in there as well. Could we be any more in love with a strand?
Here.
I know. I just want this. I need it. I just want to, but I don't want to break it up. I just want to leave it and look at it.
Well, just rethread it and have it as a necklace. Wow, what a necklace.
And then I've got these really pretty lavender. Isn't it getting good? Isn't it getting good? Now, don't go anywhere. If you've been watching us here and thinking, I want to get involved in that Wall of Fame malarkey, I'm going to give you the details of just exactly how to do that, and we will be back after this.
The JewelleryMaker Wall of Fame is where you get to showcase your skills as a jewellery designer. And each week, one lucky entrant will win £100 credited to their JewelleryMaker account, and the runner-up receives £50. If you want to enter your design, just send a photo to studio@jewellerymaker.com, or you can post your photos to Wall of Fame, The Genuine Gemstone Company, Unit 2D, Eagle Road, Moonsmote, Redditch, B989HF.
Join us on Jewellery Maker as we count down the days until Christmas. Stay tuned to see perfect Christmas gifts for all your friends and family at prices you won't believe. And what's more, anything you buy can be refunded or exchanged until the 31st of January. So for hassle-free shopping and great value, it has to be Jewellery Maker.
Tune into Jewellery Maker every day at 5 p.m. from Miss It, Miss Out show, where we'll have 4 hours of jam-packed deals, including clearance offers, end of line, last in stock and low prices. The Miss It, Miss Out show, only on Jewellery Maker.
Jewellery Maker course gift vouchers are now available. You can choose from a bronze, silver or gold voucher. Each voucher is worth a different amount that entitles you to put towards a course of your choice. For more information, contact our call centre on 0800 644 655.
Come and join guest designer Laura Binding on our intermediate wirework course. The aim of the course is to enhance your wirework skills and take your designs to the next level. You will learn more advanced weaving and binding techniques, which you can incorporate into your jewellery. The full course includes a selection of gauges of wire, a generous scoop of mixed gemstones, a copy of the Wirework Tutorial DVD Edition 3, a buffet-style lunch and refreshments, a tour of the studios and chance to meet the presenters, and a visit to our Gemstone Museum. All of this for just £79.95. To book your place, contact our call centre on 0800 644 655. Jewellery Maker, bringing out the designer in you.
This gorgeous strand coming up for you in just a tick. Before that though, I just want to show you a brand new strand that has just been placed on my wrist. Scott's been down and given to us a wonderful strand of rose quartz. You can see they're side drilled and they're ready to be made into rings. You get absolutely stacked. Look at the carat weight, absolutely huge, beautiful colour. And I'm also going to give to you some gorgeous fossil jasper. What a strand we've got for you there. Right now, without further ado, those are both brand new by the way, it's time for that wonderful amethyst that we promised for you. Another brand new strand. Have a look at the size of these and think about making those little delicate stud earrings. Think about setting these with your polymer clays perhaps. Think about putting these in little stretchies. I love the way they lie against the skin. These would look nice with white pearls, wouldn't they? Have a look at that. Now you could row these up together and just think about the shape, think about the size. And Linda, when I'm looking at this shape and size, because I know it's something that appealed to you, because we don't see often that lovely flat rectangle. Where would you put these? Why are they useful for your stash?
I think they're particularly nice for bracelets because of, you can see on your wrist there how they lay. So you can stack them. They sit really nicely together, stacked. You can also weave them so you get a side elevation as well as sort of a rectangular side elevation, cushion cut gemstone because it's got that concave convex. Is it? Yeah, well, whichever way you look at it, it's convex, isn't it? Yes, it's that way up. Yeah, it goes uphill. It has those, it catches the light really nicely.
It does, doesn't it? It's that lovely lavender amethyst colour. Now these would make, I think, quite brilliant cufflinks because they're nice and flat. They're not massive, they're not overstated. Now you can put these into your little box styles, put 4 together. Of course, don't forget the use of Jewellery Maker's glue. You can always bond gemstones together in that way. And it's about that colour. It's about having that nice surface luster, isn't it? Maybe it's your invisible stitch on your Kumihimo. I think they look great in that way. Maybe it is that you're doing your bead loom work as well. We're going to give to you an incredible price tag again this morning. And the reason I keep saying incredible price tag, because I've really been researching other companies over the weekend, and I to promise you, we've all been doing this. I actually rang Kirsty the other day and went, "Are you watching Bleep channel? Oh my gosh, they're doing an agate bracelet for a ridiculous price tag." And it was just a stretchy bracelet, but what are you getting here? Let's think about what you're getting. A gemstone that has been forming for hundreds of years. This is not resin, this is not glass, this is a genuine gemstone. Not just that, I talked to you about a gemstone that has been around for thousands of years. This is a gemstone that is mentioned many times in the Bible. It's a gemstone that is a birth gemstone. It's a gemstone, of course, February's birth gemstone. It's a gemstone that has a lot of myth and legend behind it. Myths and legends talk of tranquility and peace and creativity in this wonderful colour. So we've got a gemstone with a background, with a history. This is, of course, and this is a very important to remember and sort of acknowledge, this is a gemstone. This is not resin. I think it's so important because we do get complacent. Let's think about the journey this gemstone, just one of these, has been on to come to your collections. Amethyst is a hugely famous gemstone. Amethyst is a gemstone that we see if we go around museums. You can buy a piece of amethyst because it's historically important. A very regal gemstone, of course, because of the colour purple being a colour that the royals would wear and still do to this time. Great with the classics such as pearls. A wonderful statement of elegance, class, and beauty. This is a strand of amethyst that you need in your collection if you want something that offers you that fabulous shape that sits against the skin really nicely. Think about those little asymmetric features if you're creating a big necklace. Think about just one either side of the décolletage leading down to perhaps a 2-chain rosary style necklace. Think about putting these with soft colours. Think about putting these with golds. Think about putting these with silvers. Whatever you do, be quick. This is brand new today and already very popular on the website indeed. JCGP65 is your item code, 120 carats. They're 10 by 8 millimeters. You've got the extended money back guarantee from now until the 31st of January next year. So it's risk-free shopping with us here today at Jewellery Maker. All of this for under £10 at just £9.95. You have got that wonderful look. You've got that fabulous tranquil colour, and you've got a gemstone that so many of your customers will be very aware of already. £9.95, under £10 for a gorgeous strand. Lots of you very web busy this morning. We're very active on the website. Don't forget to take the opportunity to multi-buy whilst we have the quantity of these at £9.95. You know you're getting an excellent deal. And of course, like I said, with the extended money back guarantee, risk-free shopping with us here today at Jewellery Maker. Use your debit card or your credit card to secure yours. And don't forget, if it's your first purchase with us here, you get so much more than just the strand. Very, very feminine. Now this is was my grand's favourite gemstone, and she wore this a lot. So for me, I love it straight away. What about you? Is there somebody in your immediate circle of friends and family, maybe your best friend, that adores amethyst? Think about the gorgeous feminine colour that you're offering to them. Also think about the fact that you can create a cross very easily with those rectangles. Lead down and then exchange over towards the cross, and whether that's for fashion or whether it's for faith, I think it's a perfect addition. I always think purple in this exact lavender, that nice calm colour, is great if you've got anybody in the family who's not been feeling very well lately. I think it's very soothing. What do you think? It's a very soothing colour, that lavender. For £9.95, definitely one of those strands that you want in your collection. Don't forget to check out baskets if you're shopping with us online. Lots of you on the phone lines this morning. A couple of minutes on the queue on the phone lines, but very busy this strand indeed. Now I'm going to give to you. Oh, we've had a request for these organza bags. So we're going to do them for you now. Now, packaging, as we were saying earlier, is extremely important. How many more pieces have you created because of the festive period? How many? Well, I know for me, I've probably trebled the pieces that I make. 'Cause normally I just make for sort of somebody's going out and saying, well, can I have this, that or the other? And I quickly make something. But now I'm making Christmas presents and I'm thinking about packaging them and sending them away because I don't live near my friends and family anymore. I'm far away from them now, so we are sending each other things in the post. In fact, my friend the other day sent me something really funny. She sent me a tea bag and a biscuit and said, I miss our little cups of tea. And I thought it was really cute, so she said, here's one on me. So she sent me a tea bag and a biscuit. And it's just those little crazy things that your friends do to make you feel like, like they're your friends, you know. And I think it's important, and I actually think how cute these would be. That was my friend Rachel, my crazy friend Rachel. And I think maybe I'm going to send her something cute in an organza gift bag because it is cute, isn't it? Now you get all these glorious colours. There's so many. I'm going to just show you. You get the gold, which for me is probably one of the most important colours for the Christmas period. And I just want you to think about how cute these will look with those gifts. Maybe you are sending a gift to your friend, or to your mum, or to a cousin or something that's far away. Now Oliver put all of his wedding favours in these. What were your wedding favours? Little gemstone, were they? With a little scroll, yeah? Or where they were mined? Oh, that's so cute. Have a look, so you've got those. You've got the chocolates. How many do I get? 10 of each, yeah? You've got the chocolate, so you've got 60 bags in total. Now you've got this really gorgeous, sparkly, what colour am I calling this? Is it champagne? Yes, this would be a great wedding one. Ivory, they're calling it, but it is kind of like a champagne colour. Of course, if there can be a reference to something yummy and fizzy, then we're going to take it, aren't we? Now, you've got hot pink as well. Raspberry, or raspberry. Somebody said to me the other day, raspberry, and I said, sorry, what's that word you're saying? You said it about 6 times, and he went, raspberry, darling, and I went, oh, raspberry. Have a look. So you've got the raspberry pink, or raspberry, however you say it. Are you a raspberry, Kaz, or a raspberry?
Raspberry.
You're a raspberry. Are you a raspberry, Linda? Or
Definite raspberry. Most of the time I'm a gooseberry, but I'm a raspberry.
Now, I'm going to give you the orange as well. Oh, I like these. I'm getting into orange a bit. You know how you're frightened of orange if you're blonde?
Yeah.
You are, aren't you? And what is that? Why are we? My friend Belinda, everything's orange because she's got lovely dark hair, and I'm always like, oh, I can't wear orange, but I quite like it now. Since the day of the fake tan, maybe. I don't know. Now, and the red, the Christmas red, which you've just got to have. So you get 60 organza gift bags. Now these aren't just wonderful as organza gift bags, because as you saw with the wonderful Wall of Fame entrant that had done that lovely, with the name, the Lorenza, she'd used hers for the petals, hadn't she? Was it Lorenza that did that? And the Wall of Fame. So you can actually use these within your designs. Now, Linda, talk to me about organza gift bags. How many of these do you get through? Do you use them?
I definitely use them. Because they are not, I mean, obviously, essentially, I suppose they're gift wrapping, but I like what Ollie just said. I think that's a fantastic idea. If you're having, perhaps, even let's bring it down to something that's looming for us all soon, which is Christmas lunch. So if you've got those bright orange ones, the little red ones like that, you know, by all means, just pop some little gemstones in there. We've all got stashes building up now, I'm presuming. So put with perhaps the tiniest of tiniest little note to say, guess the gemstone. You've got X, 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 Y, Z, whatever, and you put all those gemstones in there. And perhaps just a little length, say 12 inches of elastic. You've got a bracelet there. Isn't that a great little table gift? Cover the tree in them.
I'm just putting what about a little bit of cinnamon in there? So it smells good.
Oh, yeah. Well,
or
that's
a chocolate, actually, chocolate.
Basically gemstones, though, for me, please, if you would.
Pair of earrings, and everybody who comes to Christmas dinner can pick one, go to the tree. I like this idea. Stop, I like that. It was Oliver's idea. It was Oliver's idea. Go and pick something gorgeous off the tree, and they do. Oh, how lovely is that? Yes. Oliver, wonderful idea. Half of these have already gone and sold out. Oh, Ollie, I'm coming to yours for Christmas. We're going to give to you 60 organza gift bags. Whether you're crafty in another way or whether it's Jewellery Maker for you, then you need these. And we all know when we're creating gifts, whether it's key rings, whether it's earrings, whether you want to just put some chocolate in there, which I'm not against, I've got to say. Maybe you're a bit of a chocolatier. Maybe that's your craft. What about those little, yeah, you could put, no, I'm not encouraging anybody, Kirsty, to put the miniature bottles of spirits in here at all. But that might be indeed what I'm exactly going to do with them. No, I'm going to put my lovely pearls in them. That's what I'm going to do. We're going to give you the opportunity to grab 60 organza gift bags. I've got for you the red, the bright orange, the raspberry pink, the ivory, the light gold and the chocolate. All for one tiny price tag of just $7.95. What's that per colour? £13 a bag. So would you, if you're selling jewellery on, would you add a sort of 20p onto the cost of it to cover and profitise, if that's a word? Could have made another word up there.
Well, consider first of all how much they are in the shops at the minute. You know, this time of the year packaging, they can sell it because it's that time of year. So think about how much they are, and you know, sort of even tiny ones can be 60, 70p, can't they? Easily.
I'd say.
Easily. And if you, going back to the beginning of the show, if you package your jewellery nicely and it looks as if it's got some finesse to it, like you've thought the whole thing out, it's going to make that whole deal so much more attractive, isn't it?
I absolutely think. I remember, a memory's just come back to me. I remember when I was little, I had something called worry dolls.
Yeah, I remember those.
And they came in a little organza gift bag like that. They'd be cute. They were like made out of matchsticks.
That's
or
right,
something.
Yeah, clothes pegs as well. They were made from.
Yeah, I wonder if you can still get them. $7.95. These are about to sell out. Oh, they have sold out. Sorry, I said it just now. I've sold out. All right, Kirsty. What did you say earlier, which really made me laugh? Something about tigers. Oh, so it really made me laugh. I love it. I could listen to that all day. I could. Right, there are people on the phone lines that have missed out. I'm so sorry, but hold the line because you're gonna want the next thing. I don't know why we're all singing at each other. Clasps. Clasps. When was Hot Cross Bun Day? What is that actually called?
Oh, that's sort of Easter time.
I just feel like I've missed it. Oh yeah, okay, that's fine. I just thought, hang on a minute, I haven't had a hot cross bun in ages. It just came to me. Now, we do have a lot of requests for clasps, so I'm going to give you these. Lobster claw clasps they're so strong, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. They're a really safe clasp, aren't they?
Yeah.
You know, just by literally having that lobster claw ending on it that clips back inside a tubular, it's going to take the other side of the clasp and it's going to be really secure. So if you are using genuine gemstone jewellery and you're using some high-end gemstone, then perhaps the lobster claw is the way to go.
They do accommodate a heavier gemstone almost, don't they?
Yeah.
They will hold on
really
to it.
secure.
You've got that spring back clasp with really great quality. You can always tell the quality when you have a go at the spring, because have you ever opened a spring clasp and it's just sort of gone to go back into place and you're like, that's going to come undone. These literally go ping and you're like, brilliant. Right, okay, so these are great for handbag charms. These are wonderful also for, in fact, talking about charms, adding those little charms onto bracelets. They will, as we said, accommodate a heavier gemstone because they have a very strong mechanical structure. And of course, they're going to add that value to your jewellery because we're talking about my darling jewellery makers. Solid sterling silver. The gold ones, of course, have got the big thick overlay of the 9-carat gold. So it's quality as well as function, as well as beauty, because it gives you that little glint of beauty. The little ones I would absolutely use for clipping on my charms. You get all of these, 5, 10, 30 of them, is that right? No, 40. No, 30. I did get it right the first time. The item code for you is GOGC10. That's GOGC10. Get yourself involved with these sterling silver and 9 carat gold lobster claw clasps. Should we give a cheeky deal, Kirsty? All right, darling. So we'll make it so that these are less than £1 each. Are you going to charge more than that extra £1 if you're selling your jewellery? Don't you think this is worth it if you are making Christmas gifts for your loved ones, for your friends and family this year? Are you ready to get it? Maybe it's the first time you've done this. Maybe you've only started jewellery making, well, less than a year ago, and you're thinking, I'm at that stage, I want to give everybody what I've been creating. What a wonderful gift to give. It is always much more personal, isn't it? 0800 644 655, a free phone number if you're dialing from your UK landline. There's a queue on the phone lines for these. Bear with. We are going to give you an exceptional deal of just... Well, they're way less than £1 each. There's 30 of them. Are you mad? Let me check. £17.95. You've got 2 sizes as well, of course. You've got the 12mm and you've got the 8x3 in each colour. Now you get 5 of the 12mm in each and 10 of the 8x3 in each. 30 altogether. They're only £17.95. The value is amazing. And just think about the fact that you need these kind of findings. I know you want them, but you also need them to create certain things. And I was saying that to somebody upstairs, actually, we're having a meeting. I said, it's not just about want with Jewellery Maker. If you are a jewellery maker, it's about, I need this to create this. You know, and this is one of those opportunities, isn't it, Linda?
Definitely. Because there's another thing as far as being a jewellery maker is concerned as well, is that, you know, that, well, not the moments when you've made time. Sometimes we have to make time to make jewellery or for our hobbies. And then you sit down, you've got everything out, you've got a really good idea in mind, and then you're rummaging around like I do several times, and you think, I haven't got that right thing, I haven't got that right clasp, I haven't got that right head, I haven't got that right mechanic. And there is nothing more upsetting and frustrating for somebody who wants to sit and make that piece than that. So it's just a nice, comfortable feeling to know that what you've got is there. You don't have to have great, huge mounds of it, but it's nice to know that you've got everything to make every piece of jewellery that just pops into your head like that.
Yeah, I agree. And you need to never, I mean, can you imagine, if you get that, like you were just saying, if you get that, right, I want to make this, this, if you haven't got the things, you just think,
it's really,
give up.
It's really, really annoying because it's raining outside, it's horrible, it's cold, it's windy. You don't want to go out and think, but you do want to make that piece, trust me. You do want to make it then. You don't want to do it tomorrow, you want to do it then.
Yeah, because it's raining now, it's rubbish now, I'm inside now. It's like, this is the only weather I'm going to be doing housework in. You know that.
Yeah, and you ask anybody with any hobby, obviously I'm biased, but particularly jewellery making, we're all nutters, we're all totally addicted and we have to feed it. So we need to have it then, otherwise we're miserable and fed up.
We're like jewellery making vampires, aren't we? Absolutely. Now, we're going to give to you... We're completely bonkers. Hold the lines, hold the line. What did I do with the bags for this? What number was it from? Number 12? Who knows? Now, we're going to go to another fantastic kit in just a mo. Which one are we going to go to? Oh, I got it, have I? Linda's Boutique Collection is what I'm going to give to you now. And I got to say, can I wear the crown, please?
All right.
Please, can I wear the crown? Have you tried it on this morning? Oh.
Kirsty was wanting to sit and produce in it.
Well, she's not allowed. I don't know if she's got knits. We've both got children. Oh. Oh, Cass! Oh, where exactly would it go? Let's arrange. Do I look like a princess? Let me get my little crazy bits. Oh, sorry. Oh my gosh, I love it. I need it. I need this. Who's getting married next? Cass, do you meet anyone in Tenerife? No one marriage material. Kirsty, oh, you're already married. Oh, she's always up for getting married again, to the same man, of course.
You could be Snow Queen in Panto. How about that?
I could be who in Panto?
Snow Queen in Panto. You could do that with that crown, couldn't you?
I could. Oh, text us in and let us know. Are you doing a bit of Amdram? Maybe you're going to get involved in the local Panto. Let's do a Panto.
Oh my word.
I've just had an epiphany. Oh, Vicky Carr's already. No, not Panto theme show. I actually want to do a Panto. Yeah. Have a look. Right, if you want to be able to create this, which I just do, not just create it, I want to be able to wear it every day. I mean, that is just fantastic, isn't it? Now, have a look. Actually, I don't want to do it. I just want to go to the Panto. I don't want to do the Panto. I just want to go. We go every year. Do you know I got kicked out nearly last year? Do you know why? Because I did that and I did something really terrible. We were on the back and there were strobe lights for the ferry and I couldn't help myself and I went like this. I don't know why I did it and it ruined the strobe light and the security came. And this is the worst part of it, Linda. This is even worse. Max was sat next to me and the security guard went, "Who did that?" And I went, "It was him." That's terrible. Because I thought that we'd all get kicked out.
Has he got Childline's phone number?
He looked at me and went, "Hey!" And I went, "Just go along with it, boy." It was terrible. Dreadful. Because I thought they'd say, "What are you doing? You're a grown woman." If I blamed it on the child, it's like, "Oh yeah, he probably did." So I bought him some extra sweets. I was like, "I'm so sorry, I don't know why I said that, Max." He's never trusted me quite properly since. I ruined it. I ruined Tinkerbell's moment, you see. And I burnt my hand.
Serves you right.
Anyway, this is just gorgeous, isn't it? Absolutely fantastic. I can't believe I even told you all. Now you're going to think I'm the worst mother in the world. I love that boy more than anything, just in case you don't think I do. But yes, I did blame him for something that I did. Anyway, have a look. Oh, I love this. I love it when Linda puts something together because I know it's going to equal lushness. And it does equal lushness. Now, if you want, this is not just the tiara that Linda's created. There is a host of amazing pieces of jewellery. Now I'm going to take this away and concentrate on exactly what you get. Now you'll see the reel of wire that I've got. It's 0.6, so it's wonderful for creating your own findings, but it's also great for doing your tiara techniques with. And it's in silver, so in silver, with silver wire you get the copper, and then it's real silver, by the way, over the top of that. And can you imagine in the whole reel how much real 925 silver you've actually got in the one reel? There's 100 meters of that. Now, I want to show you these pearls. These are genuine freshwater pearls. Now, do you remember me telling you about shell pearl and how much more expensive they are, the more uniform they are against each other? Oh, well, you're going to really enjoy this strand. Have a look. Look how perfect these little button pearls are. Aren't they wonderful? It was like they were just created to sit next to each other perfectly. Now, they're very expensive looking. Very, very expensive looking. They're perfectly matched, I think. Whoever did that is a genius, and every strand is like that because we've had a look. Now you also get these wonderful faceted rondelles which add to that sparkle, and these are already a must-have for your wintry collections. And think Ice Queen, think Snow Queen, think icicles, but of course think winter weddings or summer weddings. Actually, they are that bridal. Now you need these, don't you? The teardrops. Now, bearing in mind that Linda gets to look, feel every single gemstone that's in this company. Remember, she's chosen these specifically for this bundle because she adores them. We're going to talk to Linda about that in just a sec. Star cut rounds of quartz. This is coming together already in your mind, isn't it? I know you're creating something outstanding. Maybe you're just looking at that tiara and thinking, need to make. And I think every girl that's come in here today has gone, oh, because it's that princess piece. Maybe it's your daughter, maybe it's your best friend's daughter is getting married, maybe it's your niece and you'd love to be involved somehow. Imagine if you created something like this. Now, believe me, have a look at these. Gorgeous shell pearl in ivory. There's already a queue on the line. Believe me, if you can create something like this, how much have you seen these in wedding shops for? Just seriously? I mean, they are hundreds. You've got genuine fresh wood. This is beautiful. This looks like it should be, I'm not kidding you, this should be hundreds of pounds, Linda. It's absolutely outstanding. Did it take you a long time, in honesty?
What, to make it?
Yeah.
To make the, let me think. And I think I started it on Saturday before we went to see Santa, so I was only half an hour at it then, and then I finished it on yesterday afternoon when I came back from here. That was 3:30, 4:30, 4:45, about 2.25 hours that made. So there's commitment to it, but that's not a lot of time.
I'm just thinking, no way, because I know. Oops.
Oops.
Sorry, I was a bit cack-handed there. No, I know that I've seen these, Linda. I went hair vine shopping with my friend Belinda, right? There was a piece that she wanted and it is beautiful. Really sparkly, not genuine gemstones. £250. It was that big. There was no real silver, nothing, right? Just gripped in her hair. It was gorgeous, but I did say to her, Belinda, that is too much money. She had the option to hire it for the day for £60. Exactly. Are you mad?
Yeah, exactly. I know, because you can, I mean, well, let's wait and see, but see what else I've made, plus that, see what the price is, because I honestly, hand on heart, don't know what the price is. I really am deadly serious. I don't know what the price is.
I don't know either.
I don't look at the prices. And then put that scenario against it, because the reason I started making tiaras, hair vines and things like that was simply exactly the same reason. I was shopping for my daughter's wedding and they were, honestly, I can only use that word, hideous prices, and I only realised they were hideous. First of all, I appreciated the amount of work possibly that had gone into them, but I was absolutely blown away after learning how to do it, thinking, hang on a minute.
But people don't know. They don't, do they? When you're shopping for things like this, you don't understand
and
that actually you could make it.
Viewers have heard this time and time again, but you know, you try and disprove that fact. I don't think you can.
No, I don't think you can either. Are you ready? A boutique collection by Linda. It's called Hairstyle. MWGC62 is the item code for this bundle. Get involved. All this beauty, oh my gosh, all that glitters and more for just $42.95. Wouldn't you pay twice that for the one piece of jewellery alone? Is this going to be a profit maker for you? Don't forget, you've got 100 meters of the wire, which on its own is $13.95. That's a good price, $13.95 for the wire. It must have come down. $13.95 for 100 meters of 0.6. And you've got the genuine gemstones here as well. Don't forget, check out baskets. You've got the wire at 0.6. Your white freshwater pearls 6x5 in the button style, 70 carats in your clear quartz rounds at 6mm, 160 carats in your faceted drops 12x8. Your white quartz rondelles are 4x3, super sparkly, and those ivory pearls are 4mm. Let's get on over. I can't wait. You wait to see what Linda has designed. Are we going out? We got to. Have you seen? We got to. That's all right then. I'm going to put this back on. I'm going to. Would you marry me now, Ryan?
I've married you before, Jenny.
You'd have married me before, thank you. That makes me happy. Right, let's go. Don't think your girlfriend would be very happy about that though, right? What do you think? Now, if you would like to create, you're going to literally have to fight. It's like if I'd have caught the bridal bouquet, you're going to have to fight me to get this off my head, I reckon. Absolutely. Oh, this is why you're a genius. Soutache as well that you've done. I got it. This is the piece that I absolutely adore, as well as the tiara. The tiara caused a few screams in the studio this morning.
It's just because it's a romantic thing, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. I will take it off for you to see, yes, if I have to. Have a look at what else Linda has created. Beautiful, very, very Downton. Very Downton. Now this one, this necklace, that cluster, that wonderful, wonderful cluster. Now, can you imagine a vintage lace wedding dress with that?
Absolutely.
Wouldn't it be
Yeah,
beautiful?
I mean, there's behind that particular necklace as well. I don't know whether in sort of Victorian, Edwardian, and probably even pre that, they used to make jewelled suites of jewellery that used to be split up. Do you remember? You could split them. So you could have a necklace, you could put all the components together and have a necklace. You could put all the components together and have a brooch from it. A tiara and things like that. Well, that necklace there sort of doubles as a hair vine as well. It's only jump ringed onto the pearls. And the actual neckline piece, if you added a few more pearls on, could definitely have a little bit of elastic underneath it and be used in the hair with that same centre point on. As I say, but that can also be clipped to a comb and worn separately as a vine.
I love it. I like the gate bracelet that you've made here as well. That's what I'm calling it.
Oh, right, that one. Yes.
I think that's very, very pretty. Isn't it gorgeous?
Again, you know, all jewellery looks nicer sort of on a person, doesn't it, than off of a person, really. That's what it's made for.
That's exactly why I steal it or borrow it all the time.
So we can see it on
absolutely.
On a person, yes.
Look at those, yes, I love those.
Again, I mean, it's such a beautiful gems. You can't beat pearls, and put pearls with faceted white clear quartz. It's just amazing. I mean, it's got to be 90% of the bridal market, and I know we keep saying that word bridal, but it's true. 90% of the bridal market are pearls and crystal colours, aren't they?
Oh, of course.
You know,
look at those soutache earrings. I mean, that's very Edwardian.
Yes, it certainly is. I was watching The Paradise last night, and I noticed the amount of soutache in that programme last night. Yeah.
Now, just to let you know, Linda has used chain in her bundle, which it doesn't come with, but we have got a reel of chain coming up for you momentarily. Now, are you going to show us a technique with this one?
Yes, I can do really quite quickly. The necklace here, again, which is a variation of what I call my charm. Sort of charm look, as it were. Really easily done. You've got loads and loads and loads. I've got 100 metres of fabulous wire again. So to make that, we need to make components, right? The first component is 2 pearls on a piece of wire with wrap loops either end. So take a piece of wire, only about 6 inches long, and pop the pearl on. The pearl's happily sitting on that 0.6 wire. Perfectly.
I was going to say they'll get through the drill holes of that, all right.
So what I need to do now is I'm just going to slip that pearl off, is make a wrapped loop on one end of the wire. So using the round nose pliers, I'm going to use the broader end of the pliers because I need a nice round, not so much a mechanic. I need this to be sort of seen and be well part of the design. So I pop it almost to the point where it meets the hand part of the pliers, okay? And then just push away. Now try and do this slowly on this particular one because we're trying to get nice round loops. So sometimes, you know, we can get a little bit, we're in a rush, so sometimes I'll lose that. But the beauty of a completely round loop is that there's no little bends in the wire loop, and those little bends are what catches in a design. So you'll get a completely sort of jumble of a look if you're looking for a really fluid piece. So that's the time to take care with the mechanics.
Okay.
So we push away and then flick the wrist around and bring it over the top, okay? And then straighten up this excess down here and bring it, really, this is the time, we're not doing a sort of a perfect technique wrap loop, we are using it as part of a design. So this is why I'm just saying we're not flicking it back, flicking it over and twisting it. We're trying to get a nice round. So I'm pulling that wire as near the prongs on that cross as I can, okay? And then do my twist as near, see I'm messing it up because I'm doing it in front of camera and I'm trying to get, I'm out of my comfort zone with my arm reach at the moment, okay? So use the pliers, excuse me, use the pliers to form that nice round. Pop your plier back in and just straighten it up a bit. It's just like using a ring mandrel. You can use the mandrel to shape that, and that's exactly what these are going to be used for as you would in a mandrel. Take them out. Take off your excess. I know I made a fuss about that, but it's just simply the fact I don't want, in a perfect world, any sort of little dents in that wire within that circle, because that really will stop the drop on any delicate drop pendant. And then pop the pearl on and let that drop down, and then take the round nose pliers as close as you can to that pearl, right? And again, this is going to be slightly different to the wrap loop. We pull it around. We're using the pliers more as a mandrel and more as a shaper than anything. Pull it around and then get the wire as close as you can to the pearl and pull in. Okay, that's all we really need. But if you can get it in twice, all the better. The wires, as this wire's warming up, you see how malleable it is.
Yeah, it is. The more you work with it.
Yeah, absolutely. And then take out the pliers, straighten up that loop, trim off the excess. And now another relatively critical thing is pop the plier back into that ring that you've just made. Now you can see that that now is in a completely different direction to that one. So what I want to do is hold that one I made previously and just square it up so that they're now both in that sort of, they look like spectacles either side of the pearl. So you've got two of those. I've made another one there. And then another piece of wire, exactly the same thing is we're going to make, I'll do this a little bit quicker because we don't want to sort of run out of time, and make another quick for me, but not for you, take time, and trim off the excess. Okay, and then pop on one of the faceted quartz. Okay, and let that drop down. Now again, as I've just done that second loop on that pearl, pop the pliers in as close as possible and bring it round and just shape it. Okay, just give it a little bit of a pull and shape it. Give it a little push in, there's a dent. Take it out now, and we've got sort of more of just a sort of a hook, a rounded hook shape. Now this is when we want to thread on the pearls. Okay, so pop one in, pop the second one in, and let that drop. Slightly trickier now is getting that back in. Okay, exactly the same as I did before, is pull the wire nice and taut from the pliers and then shape it and get it into that little gap on the cords, and then just trim off. Obviously you can spend more time with your trimming off, get it a little bit closer to the bead, use a little very fine grade sandpaper to take the edges off. But now we've got sort of that dangle like that. Okay, now you can see that that's the critical thing, is that those are going in the same direction, those loops, because that, let me pop this wire through, that is what's being threaded on to the beading thread, so we need them to be in the same direction, otherwise it'll just go completely out of sort of hilter. It'll just flip all over the place and it just won't look nice. So that basically is the pendant. The next thing I did was I took, for the center drop, is another piece of wire, make just one little turn as a stopper, pop your gorgeous little teardrop on, drop that down, and now again start a wrap loop but don't finish it, pop that in to that loop that you've made just underneath the quartz, pop your pliers back in and wrap around. This wire is stunning. Look how easily and neatly that's going around and making a little sort of little top, a little feature for that. Trim off the excess, and then that, I'll put those onto the round nose pliers. You just need to make a series of those.
Just one as a pendant is
exactly. They'll be quite nice on a backdrop, a long backdrop at the back of the nape of the neck. But just repeat those using then the smaller gemstones as you're going up the graduation of the neckline.
Just stunning. Now, just to talk us through the tiara, because a lot of people are asking.
Okay.
Is it a similar technique to the tiara?
It's exactly the same. Yeah, exactly the same. All I did, took the tiara band. By all means, make your own tiara band with a larger gauge wire, and taking the 0.6 wire, or if you've got at home 0.4, 0.6 is fine either, and then just wrap the wire on, and then just take a length of wire coming if you've wrapped on, and then you take the length of wire coming up to whichever level you're looking for, and obviously there's a graduation going on here. I start at one side.
Did you start at the smallest, or did you start
at the smallest and then work? It doesn't have to be a specifically massively dead-on graduation. You can see some of mine are slightly less graduate, but I quite like the charm of that, to be truthful. And I do mean that. I didn't do that I did want to sort of a level either side of the centre point. So wrap on at that first one, and then just bring the wire right up to the level at which you want to begin the graduation, whether it's a small one or whether it's a larger one out there, but always start at the very first one over on the side. And then pop on a gemstone, bring the wire back over the gemstone and twist exactly as I showed you with the fluorite kit that we had just before. The two little branches exactly the same, and then all the way down to the bottom. And when you get to the bottom, when you get within about 1/2 centimetre of the bottom, pop on to just one of the pearls there and finish that down to the top. And that's a great shot that is there on camera. You see that's just coming down, it's just wrapped onto top of the headband, and then I wrap as neatly as you can around the headband. Do that all along the headband itself, and then this comes on afterwards. When you've finished, you can put, if you want to put teardrops on, if you want to put pearls on, fine, but that goes on afterwards, just going in and around all of those, and then straight. Don't worry, don't freak out. Oh, I bent it because it's wire. You'll put it all back up afterwards.
Thank you so much. Now, in honour of Remembrance Day, we will be taking a moment of silence, 2 minutes of silence. We hope that you will join us in doing so as well. Welcome back. Thank you for joining us for that 2 minutes now. We're going to go back over to the centre where we have got some more goodies for you. Thank you for that. We've got that gorgeous rose quartz strand that I showed you earlier, brand new today with that side drilling, so absolutely perfect for creating your rings without having to prong set onto them. In fact, using your wire to go straight through, maybe a couple of loops. If you've got your ring mandrel, great. If you haven't, don't panic. You can use one of the thicker style of a permanent marker because that does the job just as well. Now, of course, you can prong set these if you want, and they will look great prong set. I love the colour of these. I love that solid colour that you get all the way through rose quartz. It's not about clarity here, it's about that breathtaking rose pink that you've got. Very romantic, very girly, and I'm thinking of putting some silver swirls around this in wire. I'm definitely thinking about Laura binding when I'm seeing these. I'm definitely thinking about putting these in bridal pieces. What about one of these as a sort of feature in the center of, you know how you've just made that crown? You know how sometimes there's a big center jewel on the headband part? That would be gorgeous with these.
Yeah, I mean, with those sorts of gemstones as well, you can always do a stronger structure and then have it sort of bent, coming sort of bent round. You know, those real sort of fairy crowns that come on.
Yeah.
Have it sort of structure of a triangle and then have that drop. Just do a little twist in the top of it and then have that as a drop so it moves.
I like that idea. Give it a little bit of give it a bit of that movement.
Yeah.
Allow it in whichever way you're going to bail it to do just that. Now we'll count these for you. I want you to think about these being cufflinks. I don't think men are worried about wearing pink anymore. I think a lot of
Not at all.
and I was thinking about this the other day when I was in the bath. It's when I often have those moments of thought. I was thinking, who told us pink is for girls and blue is for boys? And why did we nod in agreement, the world, and go, yes? Like, what is that? What is that about? Why can't I wear pink if I'm a boy? I can, can't I?
Well, there's a famous man shop that's called that, and so there you go, absolutely, there you go.
I like a man in pink.
So do I.
I do. And I think there's nothing wrong with being in touch with your feminine side. So these could be for guys as well as for girls. This is definitely a pink that you could see. Well, I'm not sure. No, actually, having said that, bright pink, pretty sure there's a bright pink shirt in the wardrobe of the man I share my life with. But he's quite mad about cufflinks and things as well, and those get kind of girly. They're very sparkly, and this is a way in which men can be a little bit more feminine. But all right, this is one for the girls mostly as well. I do think this would be a great sort of cameo style pendant, don't you? I think you could really create an incredible. What about, have you seen Debbie Bolford doing polymer clay soutache? What about putting one of these in the centre and really going mad with this soutache around the edge? I love that idea. And I know I talk about soutache a lot, but it is a medium that I've been wowed over. It really is. Now I'm thinking about, of course, traditional soutache, yes. I'm definitely thinking that these deserve to be wire wrapped, and whether you're going to suspend one or two or three of these, or whether it's going to be your main feature, I think they're going to look exceptional. Now just think about maybe getting the amethyst we had earlier, one of these in the center, and there's your bracelet. So like a watch style bracelet, you've got your feature, and then you've got that wonderful amethyst. Now, of course, we have a colour here that lends itself very, very well to the shabby chic look that is so popular right now. And if you are into your steampunk, if you are into your tattered designs, then this is most certainly a strand for you, not only because of the colour, but because the size fits so well. And I do think with pyrite, you've got that look straight away. If you're into your verdigris, I'm massively into verdigris, as you know, then this is a great one. Rose quartz, I've got some cute little rose quartz spaces coming up for you later. Those will look absolutely striking with these. Now, I don't know if you remember, there was that lovely lady from Liverpool who came in last Sunday, not this Sunday. She had do you remember she'd done the little beaded cage? It was wonderful. If you like that look, then this is one for you for absolute sure. I've got a reel of chain coming up as well. So if you're going to open your basket with this one, you'll know it's a good decision to be made today. Definitely got basket openers for you. AHGP07 is your item code. Let me count these, and then we can work out the individual carat weight, can't we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 2, 22 on my strand. You should get the same. AHG, again, P07, 20 by 14. And you're getting a huge carat weight of 480 carats. All of this gorgeousness and femininity for just... Hang on a minute, Kirsty. One ring, how much? $6.95. This isn't the price tag we would normally give you for a gemstone so huge. Isn't this the gemstone of friendship? Yes, it is. A group of friends, Christmas presents done. Wouldn't that be nice if you all had the same piece of jewellery though? Wouldn't that be nice? Me and my sisters, all three of us have got the same bracelet. I think, and it's nice because it makes me, well, you're that part of a group, aren't you? 6 gives you that connection, and it remembers you to them. £6.95. What a price tag. utter insanity. Think about what you're getting for your money here, jewellery makers. This is absolutely incredible. Incredible. Maybe you're into your haberdashery. Wouldn't these look so stunning, sewn into the centre of a cushion? Think about that, because if you are sort of channel hopping now, maybe you buy things from us sometimes because you want a gemstone going in your haberdashery. You like to make your pieces that go in the homes and you like to include genuine gemstones. We know a wonderful girl, Laura, who used to be my director. She makes candles and puts gemstones in the centre. So when you burn the candle down, you're left with a wonderful piece of jewellery or a wonderful gemstone. It is a great idea, isn't it? You can find her on Facebook. £6.95 AHG P07 for 180 carats. Approaching half of the stock of this has gone and been allocated. There is a queue on the phone lines, but it is a free phone number. If you're dialing from a UK landline, it's 0800 644 655. It is lovely to have your company this morning. We do love and appreciate you. 60777 James Studio, followed by your message if you've got something you'd like us to read out. Maybe you've got a fair, a Christmas fair coming up, and you'd like everybody out there to know where it is so they can check you out. Go to give us a text, or in fact give us an email. studio@jewellerymaker.com is the way to email. Here's how you get involved with us via text. 60777. It's very important that you put the word James Studio. I texted at the weekend and I forgot that, and my text message went to Gems TV. I know I did that. Good morning, Ben. Hello. Lovely to see that you're wearing the white poppy of peace. I am. You are, I like that. And that you are dressed a little bit like Poirot today, which I like about you. Have you seen the advert? Have you been inspired? A little. A little bit. I'd like you to speak in a French accent for the rest of the show. Now, we're going to give to you. Can we do the reel? Can we just do this? Linda, the reel.
The real thing.
The reel is back. I feel like I'm in one of these. When I was little, there was a huge sewing shop in Cheltenham, which has now been turned into something else, like a toy shop or something. And you'd go in there, and there were reels and reels and reels of things. And I used to think it's amazing. And my mum would go in there and with my gran, and we'd look at knitting patterns and sewing patterns and all these kinds of things. And this is the sort of thing you would see. And you would go up to the lady in the desk, and she would pull it off, and she would cut you a metre, and you'd pay for a metre. Do they still have those kinds of shops?
No, I miss them. I mean, they're very rare. You do see them, but not that. Normally in department stores, don't you? Sort of in a little corner, but no, it's such a shame.
This was just pure haberdashery, because people did make things a lot more in the 80s, didn't they? 70s and 80s. Now, of course, my dad has got reams and reams and reams and reams of things like this in his workshop, because he makes stuff all the time and actually used to bring stuff home all the time. Monofilament is the thing he used to bring home, and I used to use it to go cherry knocking with.
Oh, yeah.
I did. He used to bring reams. I could hide all the way around the corner of the street. Cherry knocking is knocked or run to you, I think. Yeah, I used to tie it to the knocker, and then I'd go miles with my monofilament for miles, and then I'd pull it, me and my friends. They'd never see us because we had monofilament. Kids, do not do that. But it was fun. Now, I love those days. Playing on the street was safe. Anyway, I've got these reels of chain for you, and you have got 10 meters on your chain, which is loads, and I like that they come. I like that they come in the reels, because it just makes life tidier. I can imagine Mark Smith rowing these up in his beadery. I can imagine Sheila having lots and lots of this chain, because it can be very bridal. And in fact, Linda, you use chain in your bridal pieces.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do like chain. I think it just opens out any design into something a little bit more evolved, really, because you can lay the chain up and you're not using the gemstone, but the chain's looking great, isn't it? I did a necklace yesterday and the Sunday experience where I used 2 layers of chain and just put necklace on, sort of smoky quartz, asymmetric smoky quartz on the side, and I was really pleased with it, but that was basically chain.
I love it, and I think, again, like I was saying to you before, mixed mediums. If you are into your haberdashery, if you're into your card making or anything like that, you can use chain within cards. I mean, you're doing so many amazing things in your paper craft. I mean, it's fantastic, and I like now that people are making cards with little holes in it to put earrings in, and little holes in it to put a bracelet around, just like Gemma does with her Make-A-Wish bracelet card that she does. I mean, it doesn't matter whether you're using this for jewellery making, which it is wonderful for, or whether you are thinking about using it for your other crafts as well. Of course, we do a lot of research here at Jewellery Maker, and we're very, very proud to make sure that we're dipping our fingers in every kind of trend. This is already creating a queue on the phone lines. I think this will sell out very quickly. 10 metres of silver on e-coated copper. This is 925 sterling silver on e-coated copper. 32 by 2.5, that's for the links. Let's give you your price tag. You're going to be absolutely buying this one in bulk because it's only $12.95. Did you go to the NEC this week? Have you seen how wonderful our prices are comparatively, even to trade shows? Do you share that opinion like I do? £12.95. Your code is F for Freddie, M for Mother, G, P69, FMG, P69 is your item code. Don't forget to check out these baskets. It's so sparkly. This will look wonderful, absolutely wonderful at Christmas time. This is just going to give you that wonderful. Isn't silver the most reflective of all the precious metals? Is that right?
Yes, it is. Yes.
Because you've got the most amazing sparkle on this. If you prefer silver, look at that. And also think about these in your, you know how we're doing these little pins at the moment, and they've got lots of chain, kind of like the military pins. That's wonderful for these. If you're doing those little, they are military pins, aren't they?
Have you seen there's a huge trend I've seen in magazines, particularly upmarket magazines, like the one beginning with V and that, which is what I spotted it in. That you're getting these body armour type necklaces that literally go across the shoulders and down and round, tie around the back of the waist, and they're dripping in graduated chain, and obviously it's the chain that goes around the back and over the shoulder as well.
I know,
so you've got a layer of like very bright coloured gemstone, because coloured gemstone is really hot there, and then layers and layers and layers of graduated chain just dropping to waist level.
It's all the rage, except I don't want to pay £10,000 for that. Thank you very much.
Exactly.
I mean, there is a very famous necklace that I am obsessed with that was a couple of £1,000. My friend got it for her 40th birthday. Was I jealous? Of course I was. She had this, it had the back to front C's on it. You know what I'm on about?
I know
and
the
then
necklace
all
you're
this
talking
chain.
about,
Oh, it was on Devil Wears Prada. Oh. But you could make that with all this chain, some freshwater pearls. We gave you the opportunity to grab pearls earlier. Maybe that's something you want to make, something in the style of. I'm not saying obviously copy it, but you could make it in the style of, couldn't you?
Well, it's an inspiration. That's what it is.
That's exactly
inspired.
what it is. That's what fashion is about. It's inspiring, isn't it? There is a big queue on the phone lines. These are not only going to look wonderful on your shelf, do you get that? Because they're going to look so good on your shelf. You kind of don't want to use them, but do. Keep the reels and just refresh the chain rather than the reels. $12.95. You could put your ribbon on the reels. I just want to refresh mine with chain though, Kirsty, but we don't have a lot of chain all the time, do we? Where else can you get chain from, Linda, if we didn't have it here?
I think you were on the show with me the other day, weren't you? And I said I went into the jewellery quarter in Birmingham and paid hideous money for...
that was sterling chain, wasn't it?
Yeah, but that was it. I think they were selling it in... You can buy it sort of in inch lengths as well, but you know, you can buy it by the inch. Off of a reel, exactly the same thing, off of a reel. Okay, it might be sterling silver chain, but I mean it would have worked out at, wow, just so cost ineffective for the piece I wanted to make.
Kirsty's just saying she would take hers to the craft fair, she'd do all of her charms, and she would say, right, pick your wire, pick your chain, pick your charms, and I'll make it for you here.
It's a really good idea. I mean, if you look behind here, what we've got, this is exactly what you need to emulate. You just need to emulate this rod going through the wall, put all the chains on, all the different colours, your ribbons, whatever.
Just like
do
exactly
that. Do exactly that. Yeah.
I like this idea. I really do. Do you make a lot of your Christmas presents? Because obviously we keep you too busy to sell jewellery.
Well, no. I have two very special friends I always make. Because they both absolutely love jewellery, but they're very. It's got to be small and very sort of plain. So it's got to be really beautiful gemstone. So I always make for them. And this year I've done the Christmas crackers. I've already done those. I sat the other night doing those. I had great fun taking out all the you know what that was in the middle, the penknife and the this, that, and the other.
What have you done with it all?
I've just put that in a lucky dip. so I haven't wasted it.
Are you going to have a lucky dip?
Now, the lucky dip for what you might have got in your cracker, but you've got something much better because I've made it out of gemstone.
Oh, I like this idea. I do like. I'm very excited about Christmas. Now, if you've just bought the Glitz and Glamour, it's going to go so well with the Glitz and Glamour boutique collection that Linda used. Now, I have got the gold coming up for you later. Was I allowed to say that? Have I definitely got it? Sorry. Well, you're going to have to now. So I'm not saving anything for tomorrow. I'm not here with you tomorrow. Now, I'm going to give you... Oh, this just came. I didn't see Cass put this. Oh, keep this away from Linda. Have a little look at what I got for you. There's still a queue for the chain on the, how many of the chain have we got left? Have we got any left? Okay, we've got about 25% of the stock remaining, so you've still got a chance. Look at it. Now this is a Linda strand if ever I saw one, because it's super sparkly. And because of the clarity. And because these are wonderful in earrings, these are very, very Downton again. What about you, Linda? What are you? I know that you want these, just looking at them like,
yeah, I'm actually
reasons.
going, it's strange enough, I'm going to a function on the 20th of December and it's called an ice ball. So that, along with my boutique, is exactly what I need for that.
An ice ball, what would you make?
Well, just make something really Snow Queeny. I mean, with a ball and that, you can really go over the top, can't you? But because you're using sort of clear gemstones, you can go over the top as much as you want as far as star's concerned. But it'll still look absolutely stunning. But I'm going to go up the Ice Queen route.
And are you going to tiara twist it? What do you think?
What I can see in my head is probably a 6-drop necklace. And then I want to somehow do, because my hair being fairly short, some sort of a fascinator, but they're going to go really bouncy off, really bouncy. I did a tiara for Fiona when she was in Panto about 3 years ago. She was the Ice Queen, and I really enjoyed it. And then Lynn Jinx borrowed it for some function or whatever, and now it's gone.
Pesky Jinx.
Yeah. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do it on a fascinator, so it's got really sort of icicle-y, sparkly, stalactite mighty.
Oh yeah, I like that idea. I do like an icicle. They're quite dangerous though, aren't they? Now, if you want to create that Ice Queen look, if you want to put these in tiaras, in earrings, in fascinators, in big bib style necklaces, you've got the scope again. These are going to look wonderful bunched up and splayed out in the tiara technique, whether that's going in those little tree designs on a necklace, or whether it in fact is going to be a fascinator or tiara. Different kind of beading thread or wire will be really picked up. These are like a window into your designs, aren't they? Super sparkly, super gorgeous, brand new, gorgeous. Do you know, yeah. These are going to make great cufflinks again, aren't they? These will make perfect stud earrings. 12 by 9 millimeters. Going for just $8.95. Now, as far as clear quartz is concerned, it is a stash essential. You need it. It's never going to offend another gemstone with its bold colours. It's always going to add sparkle. Nothing but sparkle. And that is to add sophistication, a little bit of glamour, but do it subtly. And for £8.95, I think you've got ever such a good price tag for a very, very good quality strand. IPG P77, 95 carats, and they're 12 by 9. There are queues on the phone lines right now. Think about putting these with your polymer clay. Think about these in your Downton piece. I don't think there's a designer here at JewelleryMaker that won't tell me they've got lots and lots of this in their stash. Think about doubling it up with the silver chain that you just had. I think this would look stunning together because there's such a massive amount of reflection. It will also look good with your cheeky gold chain that they were trying to keep for tomorrow. But you've got Vicky Carr in the morning, not me, so we're doing it now. Oh, you got Lucy. Lovely Lucy. Have a look. Isn't this fantastic? £8.95 for you. Now, my little lovelies, we're going to give to you. Oh, good, I love this. You're going to love this. Right, where's my tweezers? Because I need them. What do I do with them? There they are. Oh no, need the scoopy ones. Now, have you got scoopies? Thanks. Cass is doing something important. Now, she's come back now. What does she want? What's she demanding? Didn't get this in Tenerife, did you? No, look at this. These are my favourite, the rose gold ones. Have you seen these, Linda?
I have seen them actually, but only once. That was when I was actually given the privilege of using them, to be truthful.
Ah, what did you do with them?
Did a tanzanite. I had a tanzanite, the first mid-show I did, the afternoon show. I had some tanzanite drops, so I used those all the way up the neckline and to space between the tanzanites, and it was beautiful.
What a gorgeous idea. You need I'm just looking at these. I want to do my micro macrame. I want to do bead looming with these. I'm a big fan at the moment of bead looming. And what about, Linda, if I was to bead weave these into sort of like an arrow shape going down, and I would alternate between silver, rose gold, little bracelet, quite skinny, I think it would be gorgeous.
It would be fantastic. You can, on that bead loom with those, say if you just do those front facing points.
Yeah.
You can get that sort of American Indian look.
Yeah. Yes, exactly.
But with a shiny bead, you'd get the look, but it would be different because you're
more modernised. Like
but far more sort of a fantastic look, a fantastic design, a fantastic pattern. But you get it in, dare I say it? Can I use that word, sophisticated with that? For
it
sort
looks
of a
more
high-end,
expensive, doesn't it?
Yeah. But I'm not knocking the fact, when it's done in braid, because I love that as well. But done in that would be so different.
I'm a big fan of all the beadwork that's going on at the moment. Geometric beading is huge, and I didn't realise it actually until I was doing a little bit of research last week, and I went into, I keep telling you about this bead shop that was near me, that they just did little delicate beadworking, and I'm seeing tapestries made out of tiny beads like this, and they were wonderful. There is so much inspiration we can take, and I do think we will be doing much more delicate beadwork, seed beadwork, even crimp beads. I was seeing pieces of jewellery being created out of crimp beads. These are exceptional in Kumihimo. If you can do that, add your beads to the Kumihimo. The beaded Kumihimo braids are wonderful, and they are great curtain tie backs as well with the tassels on the end. They look amazing. So these in turn are also wonderful for your haberdashery as well as jewelry making, where they're going to add sparkle and glitz and glamour, and they're going to give, I've got to say my favourite are the rose gold, but I want to use the rose gold and the silver together. I do think you've got a wonderful tiara there. Now look at the size of the 9-carat gold. They're absolutely huge on the end there. If we just have a look at the end ones, just here, that's it. Look at the size difference. So these are bigger, they got larger drill holes. I know everybody is thinking about intricate beadwork at the moment, wants these, but if you're not just an intricate beadworker, I want you to think about using these to space out gemstones, not only to aid the gemstone to stop them rubbing together, especially if they're gems of distinction, but also to add to the element of design. Don't you think that when you've got little embellishments like this, the finished piece of jewelry that you create just looks so much more expensive, so much more professional? And that's the point, isn't it? You take yourself from jewellery maker to jeweller, I think, when you use jewellers' embellishments, and I do think that that's what we've got here. Now I'm going to give you a collection of 862 pieces to be on the dot and precise. It's called Curious Cube. You've got the silver, the gold and the rose gold, all on E-coated copper. Now the smaller ones are 2 mil, and then the larger at 3.5. So this is a wonderful opportunity for anybody who is thinking, right, okay, I've seen loads of beadwork. Maybe you did go and have a look at the NEC. Maybe you have been inspired by a certain beadworker. Maybe you've been doing a lot of Etsy shopping. Maybe you've been going and having a look at those really intricate pieces that you just can't wait to get going with. Skinny macrame, or micro macrame as it's most commonly known, is also a wonderful possibility with these. Get them in your life. All of this, 862 individual pieces, LFG C63 is your item code, for just $12.95. It's not bad at all when you think about the fact that aren't you paying more than this price tag for non-precious metals? Even maybe for little pieces, little bits of acrylic in your beading. $12.95, an exceptional opportunity for you right now. Again, your code LFGC63. 2 ways in which you can come and shop for these: 0800 644 655 on the phone lines is a free phone number. Don't forget the extended money back guarantee from now until the 31st of January 2014. You can indeed also get involved on the website. It's JewelleryMaker.com, but check out baskets. A lot of you are multi-buying on this one, and I can't say I blame you at all. Now, would you make charms out of these? I just know I need them. It's nice to put in all your little pots, aren't they, Linda? And just like you said earlier, just grab them when you need them.
If you're just thinking along the lines of spacer beads, well, spacer beads, to be honest, are invaluable.
Oh,
you
gosh.
know, they're just as useful as any finding, because they just make that necklace look. So you've got really large gemstones. If you put really large gemstones together, you'll get a certain look. But if you put really large gemstones together with one tiny little spacer bead, particularly a metallic one, whole look changes. It just takes on a different structure.
I'm just thinking about those tiger's eye we had as our early bird this morning with any one of these in between.
Beautiful.
Just spacing them out, just individualising them.
Yeah, that's right. They all have their own little stage, don't they? Then
they really do. $12.95 for all of these. Now, these do look like they're going to sell out, so I'm going to just give them to Cass. There you go. I didn't jumble them up too much for you. Bit of a Neapolitan. Now, don't forget I've got that wonderful kunzite coming up for you later on. This is brand new. Scott has just brought these down, and I've got a big smile on my face because I love these colours together. Why do they remind me of Kate Middleton? Is it the blue? Is it the blue? Is it the sapphire blue? Look at that. I love all this texture, and I'm very happy that we've got, I love that every time I've got shows, everyone puts lots of pearls in because they know how much I love them. Debbie Bolford is going in a couple of weeks. For the first time since her son was born, she's going away with her husband. For the first time in years, 18 years, and they're going to London for the weekend. She's going to the V&A to check out the Pearls Through the Ages. Yeah. And she's going then to she's going to London Borough Market with all the lovely food and the lovely jewellery and things like that. And Debbie, I'm just looking at these and thinking of Debbie because we were just talking about how wonderful pearls are and how much we love them and how much they've been going strong in jewellery for hundreds of years. That's why she's going to go to the V&A. She just gave me a little nod then, like, woo.
Not only in jewellery making, though, sewing on to garments and things, and sewing on to accessories and all sorts. So they're just huge, just massive. And I've told this story before, but very, very quickly, I've been looking for 30 odd years because 30 years is your wedding anniversary, pearl wedding anniversary. And when we were married for 30 years, I wanted a strand of pearls. Couldn't find them. I honestly couldn't find them. Not exactly what I wanted.
When was that? It can't have been
I'm not telling you how long ago that was. But
really?
I found them about 4 years later. And
you were a teen bride, weren't you?
Yeah. Well, I was 19. And they were worth waiting for. But you know, since I've worked here, I've seen such glorious pearls as well that I've now got a really good wardrobe of pearls.
I've got to say, so have I. Yeah. There's pearls everywhere. I love them.
And they're so easy to wear. If you haven't got a lot of time, if you're rushing out, whether going anywhere, put your pearls on because they're going to work with anything else you're wearing, without a doubt. You can upgrade them, downgrade them, but they're still going to be there looking stunning. They won't over-egg anything, but they'll still... I think they just work. It just works.
That touch of class.
Just
Even
works.
with a white shirt and jeans, they add class.
Yeah.
You know they do, don't they?
Yes.
I've got the opportunity in this wonderful royal blue. Now that really is Ceylon sapphire blue in that pearl. Now I would put these, it's electric blue. These are going in fascinators for me. And we're talking about racing and stuff this weekend. And I mean, if you're going racing, if you're lucky enough to be going racing over the Christmas period, how wonderful would these be in wintry tiaras and fascinators? Or maybe it's your customers that are going racing. It's just, I mean, what would you do with, these are the ones that I call the higgledy-piggledy pearls, but the Keshi pearls, Linda, are these particularly, do you think, put together for adding that texture to?
I think Keshi pearls for me are what I would say is a contemporary gemstone in a classic. It's a contemporary, I know it's not a cut because it forms that way, but it's almost like Mother Nature's given it a contemporary look for people that perhaps you're not quite ready for those perfect round pearls just yet, but you still love pearls. So if you get the Keshi pearl, that's far more of a contemporary look. It's a young look, it's modern look, it's quirky, and it's fantastic, as I say, with any other gemstone as well.
And in this colour, it's got that ball gown blue again about it. This is, like, you're going to go to a ball, and this is the kind of silky blue that you see in so many ball gowns, isn't it? You are getting two wonderful strands. They are both brand spanking new. It's called a passion for pearls. You've got the white and you've got the blue Keshi pearls. These ones are side drilled rather than top drilled, so they get that higgledy-piggledy look when they're placed together. So they're wonderful in any of the techniques that Linda has in fact shown us already today in those tiaras. 2 strands, one incredible price tag, 0800 644 655. They're only $9.95 for the 2 strands of genuine freshwater pearls. Is this an investment for your collection? If you haven't used pearls before, don't you think your customers are going to know it straight away? They are going to know that jewellery to be pearl jewellery straight away. VJGC27, that's VJGC37. God. Is it? I've got 37 on one and 27 is 27. Again, VJGC27 is your item code. Don't know why that tripped me up, but it did. So there we are. It's numbers and letters. That's why we all know I'm confused easily. $9.95 is your price tag. Make sure you're checking out your baskets. Numbers make me literally panic. Now, our last kit of the day, and I've got to say, these are funky. Have a look, because I tell you what, this is off of the 70s. Have a look, you've got that graduation, and I've got to say, have a look. Then I think this kit would go very well indeed with your needle felt. Sorry, Kerry, with your needle felt, because it's that incredible colour. Now this is the colour, and we've been a bit poorly in our household over the weekend. This is the colour of one of those nice hot drinks that if you don't want the lemon flavour, you taste this one. And they're yummy, aren't they? They are a bit yummy. That's what this reminds me of. Then you've got that wonderful bright orange. Now these are Gemma Crow colours. She actually has got so many of these strands. Orange and purple work. They work amazing. I mean, look at that for colour blocking. I'm thinking about Beyonce right now. I think it looks incredible. And then, because it is quite loud, you want to tone it down a little bit. You want to make it shh. There you go. Still got the personality, but just a little bit calmer. I get shushed at least 50 times a day. Can you imagine? Since I was a child. It drives you mad, doesn't it? You can imagine it. At the weekend, I had this. I went, pardon, did you just zip? I think they want an off switch, my family. Have a look. They beg for an off switch. That's what I'm going to give them for Christmas, a remote controlled off switch, just for the day. Then you've got the black. Isn't that gorgeous? And then, look at this. This is definitely, this strand I just love for its big personality. Look at these. Now, this reminds me of the sitcom Butterflies in the 80s. I love it. I love all of these colours, that sort of Reginald Perrin look. Definitely a fashion statement here in that strand. I think it's hugely 70s. It's massively psychedelic. So for me, I love it because my mum was into all that psychedelic stuff. You've got the poppies in there as well. It's absolutely, though, think about how all of these looks are plucked and put back into our time right now with a little twist, and that's exactly what this has done now. If you love that 70s style which is coming back, think about those flared trousers we're seeing yet again. It comes back all the time, the 70s sort of style, in one form or another, doesn't it? And this kit has got that sort of pizzazz about it. Now, if you're looking at these strands thinking, I've got nothing like that in my collection now, then get yourself on the phone and grab this kit, because you need to be versatile. Even if you're not, if you think like I did earlier, that I couldn't wear orange because I thought I'm blonde, blondes can't wear orange. You know what about your customers? What about the Debbie Bolfords and the Gemma Crows of your customers with that lovely dark hair, and they love to wear those bright oranges. I love the purple and orange combination. The minky pearls are definitely for me as well. Get as many, mind you, having said that, Kerry's wearing orange trousers today and they look fab on her. Are you a natural blonde? That's why. Now, no, she said, that's why you can get away with it. Now, I'm going to give to you all of this, and don't forget the black strand. How many strands of faceted black rounds do we have? Then I've got the beading thread, and you've got the chocolate in there, you've got the elastic, and you've got the monofilament, and I'm going to give you, of course, as always, 98 findings with your kit, including a metre of chain. You've got your ribbon ends with extended chain, your eye pins and your head pins, the toggle clasp, the crimp beads, the crimp bead covers, the flat donuts, the jump rings, 3 pairs of shepherd's hooks. You've got the nautical style clasp, and you've got the lobster claw clasp, and you've got the little balls there as well. So you've got all these wonderful gemstones. Your printed shell ovals are 30 by 20. Your purple quartz is graduated, and those graduations are from 8 to 16. Your grey pearl, I call them minky, 8mm, orange, 8mm, and your black onyx, 4mm. You know you need that strand. You've got your beading thread, your monofilament, your clear elastic, your organza gift bags, HHG C75. It's called Treasure Seeker, and it's coming to you for one small price tag of just $18.95. Our lowest price kit of the day. If you've been sat here and you've been thinking, I want to make my first purchase, I want to get a kit, but I don't want to spend more than £20. I am ticking all the boxes for you. This is definitely a starter kit, but I'm not going to just leave you with the gemstones and no findings. I'm going to give you everything. If you've shopped elsewhere for jewellery making kits, maybe on another shopping channel, then you'll see the exceptional value you're getting. By the way, we're not giving you a 14-day money-back guarantee as so many others do. No. We're going to give you from now until the 31st of January next year. Linda, are there many companies, and I know you've run your own businesses and things, do you think that's rather over generous from now until the 31st of January next year for your money back guarantee?
Without a shadow of a doubt. I mean, that's what, where are we now? That's over 2 months, isn't it?
It's over that, yeah, it's madness. Madness. Not long till Christmas. Are you excited?
I will be once I've started to make headway into it a little bit more, then I will, yes.
Get excited anyway.
All right, then I will. I'm really excited.
Are you cooking? You're trying to get out of it.
My daughter's watching now. My daughter's hosting, but I probably will be doing quite a bit.
So she's taking the glory for all the work you're doing,
No, she's just going to get the mess.
Oh, okay. All right, this works. I like how you've conditioned this.
I've been very generous. I'll cook. If you have it in your head, that's lovely. She doesn't want to bring the twins out. She wants the twins to.
I agree with that. Yeah, I don't blame her. It's hard to tear them away from their presents. Are they the only children that she's got?
No. Oh yes, they are. Yes, that's enough. Thank you. At the minute.
You've got others though. Haven't
Oh
you,
yes, I've got other grandchildren. Yeah.
Oh, look at this, gorgeous colours. What do you think when you open this kit?
I loved it. Well, I put it together again, and I just thought it was perhaps time to pop the pattern shell back in, just for something very young looking, quirky looking, but will also work for anybody really. To put the neon shell pearl in as well, I looked at the shell, the pattern shell, okay, and I looked at the colours in that, and then I tried to find sort of colours that would work with it. That's why it's a nice bright kit, but then pop in that actual Gems of Distinction black onyx, and we sort of pinged it up a little.
You've got little poppies on there almost, haven't you?
Yeah.
And now floral prints are very in with the dresses at the moment.
Yeah,
and because I went and bought one the other day. I love all this amazing floral print that we're seeing out there.
There's a lot of what I call sticky out skirts. In the 50s, you used to put little the
Doris Day style
petticoats and nipped in waists. There's a lot of floral skirts out there, and that would look really nice. Say you've got a little cardi, wouldn't it?
Yes.
And then that bright floral skirt. the jewellery would look great then, because you're sort of really quite bright up here, then you've got your backdrop of something that's sort of a colour, self colour, and then that bright skirt. Yeah, I can see that look. I like that one.
I love it. I love everything that you've made here. I think the earrings have got the wow factor. I've got to say, you look at the gemstones, you think they're going to make something bright and bold, but actually this isn't. I don't find this too bright and bold. I think I would wear this every day, and I would wear it with just a plain black shirt and a pair of jeans or something, and that's going to make my colour statement for me.
Yes, exactly. I mean, if you're not particularly into wearing bright colours in your clothes, then
which I'm not,
you can experiment it in your jewellery. And at the price of the kit, then I think it's well worth trying it, because when you put, as I say, when I put this together, this is my favourite kit out of the three.
Is it really?
Yes, and
even though it's only 18.95.
Yeah, that's the truth. It is, and I think it's because it's bold and it's quite carefree.
It's
still got an edge to it, and that's the black onyx putting that in there.
It does make a huge difference. That black onyx really takes it,
and it's so
and makes it
sparkly.
classy.
That black onyx is so. And unfortunately, we can't see a lot of it in the lights in the studio, but it's ever so sparkly.
Now you're going to give us a demonstration. Which one are you going to do?
To be honest with you, I thought what we're just going to sort of regroup a bit on a beaded bead, only because I've had, in the last month, I have had, obviously I get lots of emails and things, but I have had a fair few of them saying, could you just go through the beaded bead? Because there are many, many recipes online. This is an easy one.
Recipes.
Yeah. And there are lots and lots of recipes. This is the 12 beaded bead. This is the one that we found for, as a jewellery maker, is the one that's the most simple to do. So all I've done is I've made up the components of this. Quite simple. If you see the photographs on Facebook afterwards, quite simple. Head pin through here, linking it to the chain, linking here to this. What's this? Is this onyx?
It's
agate. Is it?
No, it's quartz.
Oh, quartz. Sorry, I knew it was one of them.
Of course it is.
Of course it is. Linking it here, linking to the beaded bead here. And then exactly the same thing. So it's only a matter really of threading and linking to chain the whole necklaces and then putting the components together. So, but the main feature for me on the necklace, where everything comes from, is and comes to, is the beaded bead. That's the one that's sort of 3D. It's the decorative bit, although everything else is quite bright and bold.
That's your focal.
For me, that's my focal point. Yeah. So. I've decided you can make them in the orange. You can make it in the gorgeous sort of minky colour, or as I've done, because it's a fabulous coloured kit. I've completely put, just gone and said, no, I'm going to make in all 2 colours of the shell pearl. So pop on 4, okay, and then take one end, the opposite end to where that bead there is exiting. I'm going to take that thread through to where it's exiting on the other side. Okay, so just bring it through one of those beads. Okay, and pull it through.
Is there more than one way of doing this? Because Kirsty's just gone, she's doing it how I do it.
Yeah, yes, I think I'm probably doing it hopefully the way that most people do it, but when you think, oh, that's a beaded bead, how do I do it? I can't remember, so you Google it or something. And then, but there are other methods out there. I mean, the very first one I did, it was so complex.
Yeah.
It put me off doing beaded beads, and then when I was showing this one, I thought, oh my goodness, it's exactly the same end product, but it's so much quicker and it's so much easier. You don't have to think after you've done a couple.
I always just think about the number 4 when I do this. Does that make sense to you?
Well, it's the ladder weave, isn't it? It's the way we start a ladder weave. So we've got 4 on, and we go through one of the outside beads, and then we're going to pop on. Now, if I can just take a moment to explain. These 2 orange beads are the ones that are going to run what I call up and around the centre. Okay, these 2 here, this is when you're using 2-tone beads. These 2 here are what I call my outside beads. So consequently, my next bead on there is going to be one of the minky coloured ones.
Yeah.
Okay, not an orange one, a minky coloured one, because that's going to make, it's a ladder weave, it's going to grow that way in a ladder.
Oh, I see. Right,
so I want all those beads the same. By all means, intermingle them and see what happens. You just get a very interesting beaded bead, a different look. So pop one of those on either side, so we're forming both edges. Now we're thinking about running through the centre. So we're putting on the orange bead, this gorgeous neon orange, and that's the one. Now we've got 2 beads on this side, one bead on this side.
But we're counting that as one bead, right? So there's 4 altogether.
Yeah. So what happens now is the strand that has one bead on, we pick up and take through the bead which is the second bead on the other strand.
Okay.
Okay. This, as I've just said, is a ladder weave. So you can carry on doing this for as long as you like. Make a necklace from it. You can make a bracelet from it, obviously, because you're just creating that. But if you see I'm giving that a bit of a tug, it's naturally bringing that other one up.
Yeah.
It wants to almost go into a circle.
It bunches it up, doesn't it?
So exactly the same again. 2 of the mink. What are they called on there? Is it
grey? But I think they're minky.
It is a minky. Yeah, I wouldn't have called it grey. It is mink. It's not grey. So on either side, the grey stroke mink, and then
the grey minks.
Sorry, those are rolling all over the place. And then pop on the orange one, and again, doesn't matter which side. You don't have to put the 2 on the same side every time, but all you have to remember is the side that has the 2 on is what receives the beading thread through that second bead. Okay, so we take that through again and put it through. Okay, so now we've got on the amount of beads that we need before we need to form the beaded bead.
Okay.
So now we're still working on the outside. So
I
we're
love
going to
that
put
look.
on a minky coloured bead, stroke grey bead on the outside. Okay. Now to form the beaded bead, we don't put on any more beads at this point. We flip it. Okay. So we turn it over.
Yeah.
And then I'll have to hold this to stop the beads dropping off. And then we take, and I'm hoping that the beading thread's going to go through both, because I did an experiment, because I used monofilament, because you've got monofilament in the kit as well. But take, on the one side, take that thread through the same side of that centre bead.
God.
Yeah. This is the one that might be the proof of the pudding.
Actually got to get another one.
I've got to get another one through. And then on the other side, I mean, normally shell pearl will. Let me just trim that off to get a slightly firmer edge. You do compromise the end of the beading thread each time you thread on a bead, so you might just need to take a little bit off. And I think we might not be lucky, but we'll see.
But if this was monofilament,
if this is monofilament, it goes through absolutely perfectly. But you could, if you want to use the beading thread, because that gives a little bit of a different look as well. We're not having a lot of fun here, are we? It's not going to happen.
Could I ream the
That's what I was
bead
about
before?
to say. Yeah, ream that bead through. Can I just sort of show you without getting that one on, because I don't want to compromise that too much. I will ream that when we go off camera. Is when you've got that through the other side. Okay, let me have one more crack at it, but I don't think it's going to want to.
Go on, Linda. In you go. Go on now.
Hang on. Oh, we did a little
Don't
there.
take the
We
mickey
did a
out of
little.
accent. Go on.
We did a little. But it's just what I'm doing is kinking that thread, so it's not going through centrally in this. Oh, hang on.
Yes, go on.
Is it?
It's gonna go.
It's
Move the
all
bead a
it's
little
all
bit.
it's doing there. All it's doing is it's just got when they drill the beads, they drill from one side and then they drill from the other side.
It's got a little catch
Okay,
in the
and
middle.
in the middle, the dust. It's just an accumulation of the dust. It's the hole's big enough, so the reamer would work. So pull that.
Yay!
And we've now got into the bead.
I love the idea of Christmas baubles.
Yeah, exactly. Now what I do, just very, very quickly, on the necklace here, in order to get that a nice firm beaded bead to thread through, I pop a bead onto a head pin, okay, here.
Yes.
And then another bead onto it. So we've got the orange one going through the centre. If I can try quickly open these. Sorry, I wasn't prepared to.
Oh, what did you want?
I just need my head
Eye
pin,
pin,
that's all.
head pin.
Yeah, all I need is my head pin.
There we are.
There we go. So I'll just quickly show you what I do. So I want the orange one in the centre. So I'll pop on one of the grey stroke minky ones and then pop on
you do too,
the orange one. Yeah, simply because then what I'm going to do is pass before I finish that because I'm going to quickly tell you how to do that, is pop that through so we get in the centre. Yeah, so once that opens out a little bit, let's pop it through that one. pop it through there because I've tightened that up quite a bit there. But before you actually tie it off, pop through there. So you've got one trapped in the middle. Okay?
Yeah.
So that's through. The head pin's coming out the other end. Once I firm that bead up there by tying it off, now to tie it off, this is probably why it might be a good idea for you to use the monofilament. Just trace with the monofilament or beading thread, whatever you're using, trace the way back. See,
Through the holes?
Through the holes until you meet the one coming out the other end, and then tie it off. Then you're not tying over a bead, you're just tying in between them. And then all you need to do then is pop on another of, let me put the, it's the grey one, it doesn't matter, does it? This is purely for, pop on another of the beads, pull it up. Okay, so now we've got one on the end, one there, try and ignore that. And then just do either a wrapped loop or just a normal simple loop there. And then you've got, that would be used as a pendant. If I'd used an eye pin, then I can link, like I have done on the necklace, onto the other side of the neckline. Okay, but if you want to use it as a necklace pendant, then just use the head pin. But try and trap that bead in the centre before you trace around the top of the beads and tie it off again.
Yeah, because otherwise
it gets it a little bit tight. The reason why I put one in the centre is because if you don't, once you start to use it and it's got some structure in it, it might tend to sag a little bit in the middle. It might tend to concertina a little bit.
Just loses its shape a bit, doesn't it?
But if you've got that one dead in the centre, it's not got anywhere to go, so it'll stay perfectly round.
Fantastic. Now, if you want this kit, then please don't hesitate to check out your baskets, because as you can see, $18.95, wonderful value, very, very popular. HHG C75 is your item code, and for £18.95 you got all those wonderful strands, your findings, everything you need to get yourself started. If it's your first ever purchase, don't forget that you do get that free tutorial DVD, free step-by-step book, and a free JM Hub magazine with that very first order. And don't forget us at that stage, because we love to see your progressions in jewellery making. And that's exactly what we're going to do right now. We're going to check out everybody else's designs in the Wall of Fame. We got lots of Wall of Fames here. Now, look at these little, I love stars. Beautiful. They are. Number 448 is from Helen in Liverpool, and she says, hi, this is my entry for this week's Wall of Fame. It's a selection of some of the earrings I made the other day. I'm busy trying to make as much jewellery as possible between all my marking and planning, as I'm a teacher, and I've never done with marking and planning. I'm just never done with marking and planning, as I have a Chinooka fair. What's that? Just to be different.
Oh,
What's
I think
fair?
is it?
I'd like to know. It's coming up on the 24th.
Hanukkah. Is it similar to that?
It is Hanukkah. That's how you spell Hanukkah.
Yeah, I think I've seen it spelt in different ways. So
that's how you spell it. Jen's theory, fool. Coming up on the 24th. If anybody's in Liverpool, feel free to pop along. Loving the longer length JM Day and the fact the shows go out live on YouTube. Take care, everyone, from Helen in Liverpool. Helen, happy Hanukkah. Sorry I was so stupid about it.
I have seen it spelled
What can I say?
as well. This is number 443, and it's absolutely beautiful. Jenny just said as she walked over how gorgeous it was. Samantha in Bishop Auckland.
She's wonderful, Samantha Tukey.
Here's a picture of one of my latest makes. It's a necklace made from antique bronze coloured wire, blue chalcedony and mystic coated quartz, all from Jewellery Maker. I have nothing interesting to impart this week, but I love you all, and I think you're all fab. That's all I've got to say. Well, I think you've said enough. Thank you for that, Samantha. I think you're right.
I've got one from a male jewellery maker who doesn't write a message, just that it's from Paul Winters. It's fabulous. I love this tribal look, number 449. So Paul Winters, absolutely wonderful. It's lovely to have a chap on the Wall of Fame as well.
It certainly is, absolutely.
Welcome to the Wall of Fame, Paul. It's absolutely gorgeous. There you go. Let's take a look at that.
I love it. I love it.
And me, because it's
those.
so...
I think it's fabulous.
Very tribal.
It's lovely. It's all I can say is I think it's lovely because I really do.
Reminds me of the desert.
That jasper, you like that with those pointed ones, like that's symmetric and that sort of asymmetric.
Yeah, I love that. It's gorgeous.
This is
What have
lovely
you
as well.
got?
This is 444, all the fours, and it's from Lulu.
Oh, Lulu.
Hi Jewellery Maker, my name is Louise from Denbigh in North Wales, and here's my entry for the Wall of Fame. It's made from faceted shell pearl, onyx and coral, all from Jewellery Maker. Love from Lulu. We also have got your account number, which I won't read over here.
No, don't do that. I love that. That's lovely.
It is, isn't it? Yeah.
We got a horse called Lulu. Now, number 450 is from Bryony, who says, and I love this, Bryony, it's so classic, and using those pearls again. Please find below my entry for the Wall of Fame, labradorite and frosted shell with sterling silver gems from JM. Of course, I am doing my first craft and design show this weekend, South Hill Park in Bracknell, and I will be hoping to sell this item. So that's this weekend at South Hill Park in Bracknell. Go along and see Bryony and all of her gorgeous jewellery. Good luck, Bryony. Let us know how you get along. You're 450. Wow, what a collection.
What a collection. This
Very
is
spiky, I like that.
445. And I think it's another, it's from
Jeff,
another chap.
hooray!
Hi, this is from Jeff. I'm not quite sure where you're from, Jeff, but it's from Jeff. Hi, please could you enter this picture for the Wall of Fame? It's a necklace, bracelet, ring and a pair of earrings using elastic, 0.4 and 1 mil wire with ruby quartz, long nuggets, all from Jewellery Maker. Spaces and chain are from my own stash. It's the first time I've hammered wire, but now I'm obsessed, and I got a little carried away with it all on the links, but I loved every minute of it. And kind regards from Jeff. Jeff, it's brilliant. It's lovely.
I love that.
Great, it's fantastic.
You do get carried away with that hammer because it's amazing.
You certainly do. Look at those links, they're amazing.
See this? I mean, fantastic. And that hammer just adds that texture. Talking to look at these my Sodalite ones in the middle. My Sodalite. That's what I love. I love those. The little hearts, love them. I've got those hearts. That's why I was saying they're my
Gorgeous,
Sodalites.
aren't they?
Yeah, they really are. This is from Heather, and Heather says, "Hi, please find attached a photo of some earrings I've just made, all semi-precious stones from Jewellery Maker, and the findings are from my stash." Well, and Heather, they're gorgeous. Now, ooh, hey, yeah. I like the photography.
So do I. Another gemstone we don't see enough of. 446 from Naz. And
Naz is great.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hi, excuse me, I'm losing my voice a bit. Hi, I'm resending this because I forgot to add the picture, laugh out loud. This is my entry for this week's Wall of Fame, and I'm loving the designer inspiration section. This is my version of Sarah Elvin's Kumihimo necklace, and it's made with Jewellery Maker ribbon and malachite from my stash. I'd love a win as funds are very low, but good luck to everyone. And that's from Naz. That's lovely, Naz.
Naz is just from down the road, I think. It's amazing, isn't it?
Fabulous.
Lynn Edwards has been making brooches, which is fabulous, and she's saying, and she's from Cinderford, woohoo, which is in Gloucestershire. I used to go there. I used to work in Cinderford. Hi all at JM. This is my entry for this week's Wall of Fame. These brooches are part of a bag of jewellery for the local oncology centre to sell for funds. Oh, bless you. And are meant for fastening to hats and turbans and for those undergoing chemo and suffering the side effects. I've used a wide variety of stones and everything from wires and tassels to brighten them up. I hope they bring cheer to those who wear them and funds for the chemo unit. Good luck to everyone with the jewel from Lynn Edwards in Cinderford, which is in Gloucestershire, near the Forest of Dean, and it's lovely. And Lynn, good luck with that. Definitely. Wonderful cause, wonderful lady, wonderful jewellery designer. Fantastic, number 452. So I really hope they love them. Let us know, Lynn, let us know.
Absolutely. This is another beautiful design using the gizmo, 447, and it's from Dawn in Stockport. I made this from part of the Rays of Sunshine jewellery kit I received last week. As soon as I saw the kit on screen, I had this design in mind. And that's thanks as always, Jewellery Maker from Dawn in Stockport. And she puts a PS, where in Stockport is Lucy from? Lucy's not from Stockport, she's from the moon, I think.
She could be from the moon or another planet.
Yeah, I think she's, but she's on tomorrow, so perhaps she'll let you know where in Stockport she comes from. But it'll be Stockport / moon.
Yeah, indeed. It's the alien part of Stockport that she's from, of course. Now, the details are that way on your screen, not that way. 1895. So many of you have been dialing through asking when is that strand of kunzite? Well, it's coming up after the break, so don't go anywhere. If you want to be the owner of one of the most exclusive strands, certainly of the month, then it's coming up after this.
Join guest designers Debbie Bulford and Rachel Norris to explore the endless possibilities of combining polymer clay and wirework. This DVD includes a bubble necklace, a heart-shaped pendant, the leaf technique and a butterfly pendant. Advance your designs and fuse your talents together with this amazing DVD. To get your hands on a copy, contact our call centre on 0800 644 655. Get creative with Jewellery Maker.
Join us on Jewellery Maker as we count down the days until Christmas. Stay tuned to see perfect Christmas gifts for all your friends and family at prices you won't believe. And what's more, anything you buy can be refunded or exchanged until the 31st of January. So for hassle-free shopping and great value, it has to be Jewellery Maker.
Join guest designer Laura Binding and enter the world of wirework. This DVD will take you on a creative journey and teach you how to design a basic weave, a woven bangle, a netted pendant and a caged gemstone. Add edition 3 to your collection today and get creative with wirework. To get your hands on a copy, contact our call centre on 0800 644 655.
You can now watch clips from Jewellery Maker on our YouTube channel. Get interactive with Jewellery Maker.
Buying jewellery online from us has just become even easier with our new streamlined checkout service. We've made some little changes to make our website more accessible for all of the different ways you shop online, and now it's even easier using a mobile phone or tablet. Once you have added your items to your shopping basket, you can decide to check out now or save for later. Saving an item for later means you can easily find them in your own time, but don't forget to check back soon, as all our items are selling fast. One of just a few changes that will make buying jewellery from us even easier.
Do you need a helping hand to get started with Jewellery Maker? Are you stuck for ideas and need inspiration? Then visit our Jewellery Maker website, where you can find our video tutorials. Expand your knowledge and skills with these easy-to-follow jewellery making demonstrations. Whether you're a beginner, hobbyist, or business owner, there's always something new to learn. It couldn't be easier. Simply click and learn some new jewellery making techniques.
You can now keep in touch by liking Jewellery Maker UK on Facebook. Get interactive with Jewellery Maker.
Tune into Jewellery Maker every day at 5 p.m. from Miss It Miss Out Show, where we'll have 4 hours of jam-packed deals, including clearance offers, end of line, last in stock and low prices. The Miss It Miss Out Show, only on Jewellery Maker.
Is this the most exclusive strand we've had for months? Yes. Have you ever seen canary kunzite within a strand here at Jewellery Maker? Because I haven't, Linda hasn't, Kirsty Shaw hasn't. We are going to give you the opportunity to get something that is so beautiful, so expensive looking, super exclusive. We only have a limited amount of these, so you have got to act fast. Remember, you've got the extended money back guarantee from now until the 31st of January next year. So if you want to own one of the most outstanding strands, then you need to be on the phone lines right now. A strand that boasts some of the most beautiful, refreshing colours. Think about the romance behind kunzite. It's said to signify everlasting love. Canary kunzite is breathtaking, as is pink kunzite. Now, primarily, most kunzite is actually mined for in Afghanistan. You can find it elsewhere, but it does make this gemstone, of course, exceptionally difficult to get hold of for obvious reasons. Now, this gemstone strand that I give to you here, I've never seen anything like this here at Jewellery Maker, ever. There is most certainly a reason for that. Now, Hannah Roxbury has advised us that this is a once only opportunity. She never expects to get this strand back in again. If you want to offer your customers or your best friend a gemstone that is in the Onassis collection. Jacqueline Onassis had a kunzite ring that JFK bought for her because of the signification of everlasting love. Now, kunzite is a gemstone that was discovered by the same chap who discovered morganite, George Frederick Kuntz, of course naming it kunzite after his own name. Now, kunzite is a gemstone that is embraced very much by Tiffany & Co, and in fact was launched by Tiffany & Co. Kunzite is a gemstone that you'll see coming out of the Cartier collections, and of course we dedicate hours to kunzite here on our sister channel Gems TV. If you are lucky enough to own a piece of kunzite, you'll know that it has its own unique colour. Kunzite pink is just breathtaking. It's like a pink champagne. It's so exquisite, it's so exclusive. Canary kunzite for me is that Doris Day yellow. It's got class, it's classic, and it's beautiful, and it does that with such subtlety. Now remember, this strand is brand new today. Now Linda, when you and I came in this morning, we both took a moment and we said, that is beautiful. And I called you over actually to see it, and straight away you were in love with it.
Yes, I mean, it's as soon as I walked in, I went, wow, I haven't seen that. Is it kunzite? Most definitely from 20 Paces, it's kunzite. I mean, it is a gemstone to celebrate, isn't it? Because it's so beautiful. It's astonishingly beautiful. And to be able to use it in bead form in jewellery making is just out of this world for me.
Now, we were talking about stretchy bracelets from famous charm bracelet manufacturers. Yeah. This would be one. If you wanted to compete with their sorts of price tags, but you didn't want to use a gemstone that you know didn't deserve that kind of price tag, you would use a strand like this.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Always when you're using a gemstone that isn't that well known, perhaps because of its rarity, it's not that well known, then always have a little bit of information.
Oh yeah.
So that, especially the Tiffany story and everything, it's the right background for that gemstone, isn't it? And it, you know, and it's got that sort of provenance. That's the word I'm looking for. It's impressive. It's an impressive provenance for an impressive gemstone.
Cherry blossom. That's what I'm thinking when I see strands like this. Now Scott's in the gallery, and Scott's just come in and said this should have been $26.95, but he's just come in, pressed a button, and now it's gone down. Are you ready? If you saw this on the website for a lot more, you are getting it, just to reiterate, for £21.95. Think about how much you're going to charge for those kunzite earrings. You can confuse it with morganite in the way that it was discovered by the same chap. It was launched by Tiffany & Co. You've got canary kunzite in this strand for the first time for me at Jewellery Maker ever. Canary kunzite, pink kunzite, all on one strand, totally natural, no heat treatment, nothing. This is formed in the ground for hundreds and hundreds of years. For just $21.95, we are talking about a gemstone that is absolutely celebrated by the likes of, let me tell you again, Tiffany & Co, Cartier. Here at Gems TV, we love this gemstone. We have got for you an opportunity to get something that is super high-end, super beautiful, with that cherry blossom look. So classic, so feminine. It's just $21.95. Incredibly beautiful. Just stunning. The ultimate strand. These are big. What would you do design-wise out of these, Linda?
Well, I really think I need 2 strands. I mean, that's probably a want as well as a need, because I would like to just restrand it and have it as a just, it's beautiful, isn't it? Sitting there on a temporary strand, it's got everything a gemstone needs. It's got everything a gemstone's got going for it. But then, if I can't do that, then I'll split it. I'll have a pair of earrings with as much matching as I can do. Certainly, do you know, a stretchy bracelet is going to be amazing.
I know. I'm thinking,
you know,
you don't need to over-egg it.
You don't need to over-egg it, but if you want to, drop it for from precious metal findings and have a chain charm bracelet. Certainly, just one on the silver chain, on the gold chain. Just one. That's impressive enough because it's an impressive gemstone.
I really, really promise you, you will not be disappointed if you get this strand. You'll get it home and you'll be, wow, because the shine, the colour, the sheer natural beauty, you can see the layers, the natural layers of this gemstone. I mean, there's something magical about this. There's something very goddess about a strand like this, and most certainly you get, can I count them, Kirsty? You get a lot on the strand. 31, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 38 gemstones on my strand. I am tempted to put these in a stretcher with a little, maybe silver charm that I've made myself out of silver clay. Works out at just over 60 pence each, which is crazy. If you're shopping anywhere else, well, let me say to you, you know that I've been doing a lot of research lately. I saw a box of non-genuine gemstones, a box on another channel, of 20 for £20. I give to you over 30 on the strand of a genuine gemstone that is kunzite for only £21.95. This is an incredible price tag. Half the stock has been already allocated. Well done to you. I ask you as well, like I was saying to Linda earlier, I flicked on a certain channel with the 3 letters, and they were selling bracelets and pendants. They were expensive and they weren't that pretty, if I'm really honest with you. I know that's a mean thing to say, but I know that you jewellery makers at home could have made better, and they would have been genuine gemstones. Just think about that. The world sees jewellery at certain price tags. You can change their view and get them owning real gemstones. That's what it's all about. We don't, you know, friendly plastic, polymer clay, wonderful. They all have their place. I love it. It's a skill, it's an art form. I'm talking to you about a real gemstone, a gemstone that has taken hundreds of years, thousands of years to form in the ground. Think about the romance of that. Unearthing as a miner these incredible colours, having them faceted and stranded and then brought to your screens, and all of that work goes into each strand, and we're only charging you £21.95. If you were shopping on another channel, would we be talking about hundreds of pounds? Quite possibly. Should we, in fact, here at Jewellery Maker, be charging you ever such a lot more? Quite possibly. We're only charging you £2.95 for your P&P, and in fact, if you've already opened a basket today, you don't even have to pay that, because it's only once that you pay that price tag. I'm going to, of course, offer you that extended money-back guarantee from now until the 31st of January 2014. It seems like so far away. You've got ever such a long time to fall in love with these. You've got ever such a long time to research this, but you don't have long to grab them and get them into your possession, because they are fast-flowing out of the door. Right now, only a quarter of our stock remains. 3/4 of the stock has gone. If you're on the phone lines, I'm crossing my fingers that you're successful. I know there's a queue on the phone lines, but it is a free phone number if you're dialing from a UK landline. I'm going to leave the last few with you. Linda's looking at me like, well, have I got mine?
Yeah, well, exactly. You've read my face. The main reason, as a jewellery maker, the main reason why you need to get on the phone and get these last few is simply because I had no idea we'd got them, and I certainly have absolutely no idea when. I mean, you remember the gap we've had, when we're going to get them again. So as a jewellery maker, from my point of view, you've got to get them now.
It's doubtful you'll see the strand again once it's gone. Very, very doubtful. I'm just being told. We've never had canary kunzite. Now, I'm going to give to you The gold chain. You've seen the silver, you've been asking for the gold, so here it is. Now these links are smaller than the silver, I'm going to show you. This is a curb chain, and you've got 10 meters of curb chain. I'm going to show you the larger links just to show you the difference. So this is slightly finer. So for those really delicate pieces of jewelry, but I've got to say, it's very, very strong. Curb chain perhaps is the most popular because it lends itself to delicate pieces of jewelry. Now remember, you've got these reels, these wonderful reels of chain, which are super handy. They cannot be any more handy, and you need them, don't you, Linda? You've got to have as many of these kinds of things as you can in your little bead room.
Without a shadow of a doubt, it's kind of going along the story of if you make anything, you need to have what you need there at that moment in time when that inspiration hits. And chain is really, really big in jewellery making. You can make really complex pieces using chain, or you can make incredibly simple pieces using chain. You look at any high-end jeweller's window and you'll see a diamond drop from chain.
Oh yeah.
You know, you'll see an emerald drop, you'll see a sapphire drop from chain, as simple as that. And then you'll look into another high-end, perhaps more contemporary jewellers, where you'll see tons and tons and tons and tons of chain in a piece.
It just depends on what you want to create,
Yeah,
or in fact recreate, whether it's that 3-stranded piece, whether you want loads of gemstones, or whether you're keeping it simple, you're keeping it elegant. You need the element of chain. 10 meters is going to go so far. And you know what, even though you've got 9-carat gold over E-coated copper, and it should be more expensive than the silver because typically it's more expensive for us to buy with the element of gold, we're going to match the price of the silver because we love you. THG P54 is your item code. The links are 3x2, and I'm talking to you about your curb chain. Gold on E-coated copper for just £12.95. So we are matching the price tag of the silver. The value again today is what reigns supreme. And that free phone number for you once more, 0800 644 655. The silver details are on the bottom of your screen. There are still availabilities of that, but it's been very, very popular today. Only small amounts of the silver remain. Very popular today, the silver. And we've got the gold. On average, the average necklace is what? 16 inches, 18 inches? Yeah. 18 inches is longer, isn't it?
16 is a choker.
16 is a choker, so 18 for a dropper.
Yeah.
So what have you got, about 20 necklaces in each one, do you think, Linda?
How many is on the reel?
10 meters on the reel.
10 meters on the reel, that is 400 inches, that is.
400 inches? Is it?
Yeah.
So how many bracelets can I make? Necklaces? At 18 inch.
Let's sort of round it off. Let's say 10, and then we'll add half. So 10 is that's 40. Around about 30.
About 30 necklaces.
Yeah. If you're going to make it sort of the short necklace, you've got around about 30. So you've got a minimum of 20 to 30 necklaces.
I like that. I like that idea because I'm only paying £12.95. Surely I'm going to make a huge opportunity for myself to make a profit, do you think, Linda?
Oh, absolutely. And even, okay, look up the profit route as well, but also look up what people want. I think that's an absolutely brilliant idea about having the chains behind you on your craft store, so, and your beading thread and everything.
Yeah.
So people have a choice.
And just creating their own charm bracelets and then picking what they want. Do you want silver? Do you want gold? Do you want it layered? Do you want it singular?
Give them what they want, yeah.
Absolutely. And bespoke jewellery that's been handmade. What if you're going for a gift and you're going to, right, I want to buy my mum something, and you want, actually make the card up that you're, somebody close to you created this necklace with the help of whatever your company is called. How sentimental is that? It would be wonderful to know, as the receiver of that gift, wouldn't it, that your children went in there and they chose what they thought their mum would like, or your best friend, or anybody that you're Christmas shopping for. £12.95 is your price tag for 10 meters of gold chain. Well done to everybody. Don't forget, it's just 1 P&P if you've opened a basket already, or if you're shopping online, you've already purchased with us today. You don't have to pay any more than that. £2.95 once. You never pay it more than once. I would get it, but I would get as many different styles of chain as I possibly can. We just can't get chain as much as we wanted to. We'd love to give you reams and reams, hundreds of meters if we could, but we can't. We just can't get hold of it. It's so difficult. Now, I'm going to give to you. We're going to do box number. I'm going to do some blues. Oh, I do like aquamarine. Ollie's singing Get Into the Blue in the style of Madonna, Get Into the Groove. Have a look, because that's what this is called. Look at that, but look at the colour. So vintage, Linda, isn't it? Aquamarine.
Absolutely. It's glorious, isn't it?
Look with that kunzite. That is the ultimate combination.
Beautiful, absolutely beautiful.
That's femininity in a nutshell, isn't it? Now, I'm also going to give to you. I love that. Do you know, aquamarine is a birth gemstone, but it was traditionally, in fact, the engagement. There's a ghost. I thought that last night because I woke up and my whole bedroom was freezing cold, and I thought, there's a ghost in here, and then I went back to sleep again. Now, as I was saying, aquamarine is a gemstone that in fact was the original gemstone put into engagement rings. So a lot of vintage rings you will see with this gemstone, probably they were an engagement ring. Now, it's a gemstone with absolutely stacks of myth and legend behind it, and it is a gemstone that they are saying is going to become the next precious gemstone. So it'll be up there with tanzanite, it'll be up there with diamonds and rubies and emeralds and such as like, you know. It is so highly regarded within the jewellery industry that we see it surrounded by wonderful diamonds. Now, if you walk down a jewellery court, if you're lucky enough to live near London, and that's something you can do, then you'll notice a lot of aquamarine. This is what I regard a jeweller's gemstone. It's not a gemstone we ever thought that we would be able to actually use. Now, one of my good friends that I grew up with, his name's Ryan Spicer, and he's a jeweller in Cheltenham, and he creates his own jewellery. You can check it out, you can check this story out. Now, Ryan Spicer said to me that he thinks it's crazy that anybody can get hold of these gemstones because he pays sometimes more than what we're offering these gemstones out for. So he said to me, he has to give his clients and customers certain price tags because if he didn't, he wouldn't be earning a living, he wouldn't be feeding his children. How is it we get to do this? Well, I'm sorry, Ryan. It's because we have amazing buying power, not because we're trying to undercut any jewellers out there. Now, you have got your blue agate there as well. Isn't that gorgeous? Look at that banding. Now, I've also got your petals, but they're all tangled up. Let me just untangle it. Somebody's been, there we are. There we go, there we go, there we go. So you also get the top drilled petals of white quartzite. They're twisted and they're fan shape and they're fabulous. Now, of course, the aquamarine you can see is a distinctive strand, a gems of distinction strand. So you've got your aquamarine graduated nuggets there from 14 by 8. I'd like to prong set these to 24 by 14. So you've got substantial size there. Whether you're going to put these all into one piece, I'm going to be honest with you, this strand here, that's going for my high end. I would definitely be making flowers out of these, perhaps brooches, but the aquamarine is going to be a prong set ring. Maybe, I keep talking about Laura binding because I've been looking at her pendants and I just love them lately. UYG C08, it's called Into the Blue. 130 carats of aquamarine, don't forget in there the white quartzite, 18 by 14 mil, and your blue agate rounds are 8 mil. UYG C08 is your item code, low in stock on this bundle, and all of this is just $15.95. Wouldn't you pay that for the wouldn't you pay more than that for the aquamarine on its own? Is this a jeweller's gemstone strand? Isn't this exceptional value? Linda, I mean, the profit opportunities, are they huge? Wow.
They are, absolutely, but don't they go together well?
I mean, beautifully, but I would, I'm an absolute, warrior when it comes to mixing something so up there on a pedestal like aquamarine. I like to just keep it with pearls or something as like, no?
Not at these prices.
I know, but I'm still stuck in my head.
That's the difference. And again, going back to I'm not going to say I'm harping on, because going back to the gemstone thing, any gemstone will work with any other gemstone, and that's the truth.
Yes, it is. Well, Mother Nature makes them all.
And I love those quartzite fan shapes.
I do. But what are you going to use them for? Because I'm stuck with brooches.
Now, if I was making that, say I was just given that as a challenge, so I'd got to make it, I'd have the aquamarine falling on the sort of just offset from those quartzite fans. So I'd have back to back, basically.
Yeah.
So the quartzite would be behind, and the aquamarine on top. Then I'd have that aquamarine behind. It would be movable. I wouldn't be blocking off the one gemstone, but I would put them on top of one another in a pattern.
Is it a necklace?
Sense. It's a necklace. Yeah, in a pattern sense, so that they actually do that. They crisscross. And then I'd use the blue agate. I'd probably, from the aquamarine, I'd probably use the chain up to the backdrop, and I'd probably put 5 of the blue, the deep blue, in there to give some focal on the collarbone, and then finish off with chain.
I love that you just straight away full of tons
It's looking
of
at the gemstone. The gemstone and the shape is inspiring. So when you get them home, you will find that you will get inspiration immediately. Take the time and look and study them. And something it sounds a bit silly and a bit romantic, but it does. Everybody on the experience says, no end of ladies bring me in gemstone strands of distinction and say, I haven't done anything with these. And I say, well, why? Because I just want to look at them. And one day that inspiration will come and I'll use them. And it's with every gemstone, but that has inspired me straight away.
I think we're worried about not doing it justice though a lot of the time.
Oh no, don't do that, because the justice is already preempted for you by the gemstone.
You're right, you are right. Now we are approaching a sellout on this bundle, so please make sure you have checked out baskets ready. Otherwise you're in a competition with those lovely telephone buyers today. Now, I'm going to give to you. Now I've got to say that I did a little dance there and Chloe was laughing at me. Didn't you like my little dance? You did like it. Now, this is the exact gemstone. Said that they had some agate, but what day was it? It must have been Friday. I was ironing, I know. And I was watching this shopping channel to distract myself. I couldn't turn it off. When everybody came home, they're like, what are you watching this for? I was like, I can't stop watching it. Look at this. And I even texted Ed to say, but he was on air and I did 60777, but I forgot to put JM Studio with my message. I even texted in saying, are you watching? It was this gemstone, that's why I'm saying it. This gemstone that was £29.95 on a different shopping channel, probably one of the most famous ones with 3 letters. It was Fossil Jasper. Have a look. You know what? You know what? You have got the same strand of gemstones here. I'm not going to charge you that. It was bright pink though. Theirs was bright pink. It wasn't the exact same, but it's the same gemstone. This is the natural colour. This is the same, a very similar shape. And you can see the thing. Do you know, we have hours and hours dedicated to this gemstone on our sister channel, Gems TV. Now, look at the fascination. These have been forming for thousands and thousands and thousands of years. I speak to you of genuine fossil jasper. Now, a snapshot of history is right here. You keep hold of these and you pass them down, and there is something exceptionally fascinating about a fossil. There is something that has let us know about life gone by, the past, through fossilization. It is fascinating. Now, the thing about a strand like this is each gemstone is telling a story. Actually, am I being fair about that that bracelet? Oh, that bracelet's $29.95. Hang on a minute, because what have we got? Again, I've got to say it. It's not them being too expensive. It isn't. It's us. We're going too low. We are. So I take that back. That wasn't expensive. We are too low. We are. And you know what? That bracelet, it sold out. Now look at all these wonderful colours. Look at all these patterns. How earthy is this gemstone strand? I'm going to count them for you. 20. Look at this one. Isn't it just incredible? Looks like a snake accidentally got in the way. It does look like a mosaic in Barcelona. You're right. I love the Barça. But this is, look at the colour here. I really am madly passionate about fossil jasper. I'm going to give you a price tag, and then I'm going to, because I can see Linda going, oh, it is because it tells a story, it's individual, and you can tell your customers these are real fossils. I remember when I was with Debbie Kershaw, and she went, what, are they real fossils? I thought it was like tiger's eye being called tiger's eye. They're real fossils, I promise you. Isn't it incredible? Isn't it mind-blowing? CCG P55, 440 carats there, 20 mil in the squares. Are you ready? We're going to give you an incredible price tag, brand new today, of just... Buy these in bulk, they're only $9.95. More value coming from us here. Big carat weight. Talk to me about this, Linda. Why are you so fascinated?
Well, I'm fascinated because I stood for a few minutes, didn't I, before the show started, looking at them. I'm fascinating, by the fossil inside it. We've had fossil jasper before, but I don't think we've had any with this sheen. They've been matte, haven't they?
Really polished, aren't they?
They've been matte in the past. But what strikes me is, if, again, coming from a jewellery maker point of view, if you make jewellery and you sell your jewellery, then you've got the androgynous one there. Is that the right word? You've got the male stroke female gemstone in perfection there. And Debbie was showing me some bracelets that she'd made this morning, and she has got to see that strand. Excuse me. She's got to see that strand because it's exactly what she's looking for, and you'll see probably early next year why I'm saying that. I won't let you into her secret, but that is absolutely perfect for what's being planned in the new year.
These wonderful stony, pebbly colours, adding to that natural feel of this strand, and you've got such individual gemstones in every single one. Of course, don't forget, they're not just called fossil jasper, they really are fossils. That's what you're getting. Isn't that fascinating?
Totally fascinating.
Fascinating. 806 444 655 is a free phone number if you're dialing. If you're webby with us today, it's all the w's.jewellerymaker.com. Don't forget to check out our free tutorials online, our masterclasses. If you're stuck for inspiration, there is plenty to be found there, as is on our Facebook page. You can give us a tweet. We are at jewellery_maker. Or you can give us an email, studio@jewellerymaker.com. We love and welcome all of your comments. Let us know, have you used fossil jasper before? Have you given it as a gift? Have you sold it to a customer? How thrilled were they when you told them exactly what they got? At $9.95, could this be a profit-making opportunity for you? Are you going to individualize these? Are they cocktail rings? Are they cufflinks? Are they pendants? What are you going to do with these? Bit of antique bronze wire would be gorgeous. Bit of gold would be gorgeous. Bit of rose gold, bit of copper. Fabulous. Maybe embellish this with beads, or whether you're going to put these on a nice basket weave would be lovely. Right in the middle, like a watch style bracelet. Maybe you're creating wirework cuffs. That would be good too. Don't forget Laura Bindings DVD. Keep mentioning her today. I love her. Laura Bindings DVD will be out shortly, and I did that with her, and it was great, wasn't it, Ollie? Me and Ollie were like, she's amazing. It was brilliant. Now, let's give you some more of the colour of inspirations. We've had a few bits of purple, but not enough. I've decided not enough. Now, this is a gorgeous strand. And again, this is that shape. We've only got 2 strands this shape, and this is one of them. Can I please have a white bust, Cassandra, my darling?
There we go.
Who did that, Cassie? That's amazing.
There you go.
Oh, thanks, Cassie. Sorry, Linda was quicker. Now.
Rude.
Sorry. Listen, you need to get yourself out of Tenerife mode. She's like, this is my island in the sun. Is Tenerife an island?
Yeah.
Probably not. It is.
It
Oh,
is,
good.
yeah.
Is it? Oh. Now look, because look at that. That's why I love it. Look at that shape. Can you imagine a necklace like this in a boutique jeweller's window? I can. It's amazing. You're right, Oliver. Oliver just said to me, it looks like it's got moments of ametrine. I am agreeing with you because that's what I see too. Over here, yeah? Yeah, I agree. Now, you've also got, look at these teardrops. And they just make wonderful tassels. You can imagine these tearing. Aren't they delicate? Aren't they gorgeous? I think, Linda, these would be a good one for you, actually, look.
Yeah, that's, with that first kit this morning, it would be amazing, wouldn't it? Oh, it's beautiful.
And look with that fluorite.
Beautiful.
It would go with the first kit because you had fluorite in there as well.
Yeah, I did, yeah. And the ametrine was there too, so
yes. Yeah. Now, I've got to say, I quite like the idea of these all together. I think you could be quite gemstone heavy and you could be very, very luxurious. I think there's a lot of sophistication here. And these are colours like, anyone can wear purple, can't they, Linda?
Yes. Yes, they can.
I just don't think it looks bad against any skin tone whatsoever. It's called picturesque. And you get 95 carats of the amethyst teardrops. They're 10 by 8. Multicoloured fluorite barrels are 12 by 16. I really like those because they look great in earrings, just leading down. And they're also great in Debbie Bulford style tassels as well. Your lavender amethyst regular slabs 14 by 14 to 22 by 19. So you've got a lot of scope for design there. And because of the graduation, you get much more texture. It looks very organic, but I do think that one strand, the lavender amethyst that we think had accents of ametrine in, I do think that looks really boutique. It looks very, very expensive, doesn't it? I'm going to give to you a wonderful price tag, MYGC17. I do think today has been all about value for what you're getting here today with us at Jewellery Maker. 1 P&P is all that you're going to pay. It's just $2.95 no matter how heavy your basket gets. All of this for just $19.95. Would you pay that for the huge amethyst anywhere else? $19.95. You got fluorite there, a gemstone that glows in UV light and gives you such a variety of golds, of greens, of blues. The striping is there as well. This is great for your designs. The teardrops are fabulous, tearing down in those wonderful. You remember how Linda made those wonderful necklaces with all those teardrops coming down? That would look just fabulously wonderful with this. Could this be the one that makes you your big feature wow factor piece that just draws everybody? We're talking about shape with this bundle, absolutely. All different shapes, which just lends to your designs even more. Linda, when you've got a trio like this, what do you do with them?
I definitely would use them in a triple drop necklace. I'd have that fantastic big amethyst at the base surrounded by the barrels. Yes, I can see that one. And then I'd intermix the other two strands in the other remaining strands for the triple drop. But I'd have a centre point there of just one of those amethysts there, with the barrels either side of it. So you've got a similar look necklace colourways, but you've got real drama again because of the shape. Yeah.
I think you could create something very vintage actually out of these as well.
Yeah, but I mean, I think you hit the nail on the head when you just said that anybody can wear purple. It's such a, dare I say, hereditary colour. I think it's because it's got sort of royalty associated with it, and it's very much a really, really in their colour. What am I trying to say? Because it's a royal colour, it's a hereditary colour, so it's always going to be around and it's always going to feature. And let's face it, at the end of the day, if a gemstone features a colour, it's got to be right.
I agree with you, and it is a gemstone colour that is probably one of our most popular colours. Well, amethyst is one of our most popular gemstones. Mark Smith will always tell you that amethyst is his biggest seller, then rose quartz. And when you've got a shape like this, he loves fluorite too. So this is a bit of a Mark Smith bundle. And Gemma Crow will always tell me she creates more with purple. And apparently it is the colour of creativity. So if there's anything to go by, it's got to go in your collection. Now, I'm going to give to you another brand new strand today. Pyrite daisies. Have a look at these. They've got these wonderful grooves. So if you're working with wire, You can take advantage of those. You can take your 0.4 or your 0.25, maybe even your 0.6, clutching onto those. So go around and around and around, and then make that tiara twist at the bottom. And it could be that these are going in buttons. It could be, actually these would make wonderful buttons, wouldn't they? It could be that these are going in earrings with a bit of suede and a feather, kind of boho chic. It could be that these are going to lend themselves to your Christmas tree table, to your Christmas tree or your Christmas table with all of that gold. These hang really nicely. They've got a great weight to them. So if you've got some earrings and they're just maybe bowing a little bit and you need a weighty gemstone, but you don't want something that's too massive, then these are great for just straightening out and adding that weight. Oliver's bought these and he did make earrings with them. I'm thinking Shambhala as well. They are great with the grooves. It's because you can really take advantage of those grooves, can't you? You can put little accents of wire, little accents of seedy beads running over the top. Great in rings. This is such a versatile strand. They are going under £10. I know that you're going to want these. Think about these. Think about these with your little charms on your Christmas tree. Maybe like Linda was saying, how you can go and put something on the tree. Oh, it was Oliver's idea, wasn't it? In the organza bags, go and choose something off the tree. Wouldn't it be wonderful? These would make fabulous wine glass charms. Absolutely fantastic. Could you do all those little favors? Maybe it's wedding favors that you're creating. Maybe it's a winter wedding that you have got. I'm going to count them for you. These could again be cufflinks. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 21, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 31, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 41 on your strand. That's what's on mine. It should be on yours too. 41. That's 20 pairs of earrings, 20 cufflinks, with one left over for whatever you want to do with it. These could go in the hair, at the base of the hair. Oh, hair comb, these look gorgeous. Gorgeous. That glinting. Flowers are one of our most popular out of all of the shapes. Flowers, stars and hearts are our most popular shapes here. Does that relay into your customers as well? Are they your biggest sellers? HEG P04, 41 on your strand for just 41, $6.95. These have all been faceted. They're pyrite. They add weight. They make your pieces feel more expensive. They're only £6.95. They are all individually cut. $6.95. Don't ever meet a lapidrist in the street, Kirsty. Ever. Ever. $6.95. Your kingdom for $6.95. Unbelievable. Can you believe this, Linda? What a price tag.
It's a fantastic price tag. And strangely enough, the only thing I get time to look through are the Sunday magazines, you know, with the Sunday papers. And I was looking at one a couple of weeks ago, and there was a bracelet featuring exactly that gemstone, exactly the same one. I can't remember who made, you know, who the maker was, but it's exactly that one. Because straight away I thought, oh, that's pyrite. Oh, that's, yeah. I can't remember how much it was, but it wouldn't have been.
Would have
been nowhere near.
Would have been $6.95, let's face it.
No, absolutely, definitely not.
£6.95 is all that you are paying right now today, though. What are you going to create with it? Let us know. Don't forget us at the Wall of Fame. Already half of the entire stock of this brand new strand has gone and sold out. So make sure that you're quick. Is she all right? The faceting police have come in. Kirsty, you've got 10 years for this, love. £6.95. Just rosary linking them is good. You know I love a rosary link. I'm obsessed. I am obsessed with rosary. It's because I can do it and it looks good. And that kind of, I'm kind of surprised by my own ability to rosary link. Does that make sense to you? When I do it, I'm like, I can't believe me, the clumsiest person in the world, just did something that looked good. Rosary link bracelets are my favorite thing in the world to create. And do you remember those little pearly ones that we had with 1 or 2 gemstones in the rosary chains? I used to love those. And then we stopped doing them and I got really, so I just made my own. $6.95, you could do that. Pearls would be gorgeous with these. Amazonite would be gorgeous with these. Actually, your rose quartz. Now, that is kind of medieval, actually. I like it. I like it a lot. Very feminine. £6.95. There's queues on the phone lines. Don't worry though. It's a free phone number if you're dialing from a UK landline. You can shop online, as you know. It's JewelleryMaker.com. And yep, these come with your extended money back guarantee from now until. And listen, because this I have to keep reminding myself of this. Even though it's not even December yet, we're extending our money back guarantee until January The 31st, is that right? Next year? Whew, I like that. I'd love it if I went clothes shopping and that happened right now. Because I don't know what I'm going to wear over Christmas. It's not going to happen though. I'm going to give you a recap. We're going to rewind. And we're going to give you a recap. Last in stock, the silver chain. So here's a last in stock opportunity for you to grab 10 meters of the silver oval link chains. Big links on these, very substantial. Maybe they're going in your bridal pieces like they have featured in so many of Linda's bridal pieces so far today. Maybe you're going to use your chain in your military style pins. Maybe you're going to use these in the classic way. Maybe it's going to be your bracelets. Maybe it's going to be your necklaces. How organized are you? How many of these are you going to get? Kirsty is listen, I'm so proud of myself because I've actually bought some Christmas presents. Kirsty's wrapped hers. I can't do it, Kirsty, because I want to look at them. I want to look at them and get the glory of, she's going to have a lovely little face when she, but you've got to hide them all. What if a label comes off? Can't believe she's done that already. She's crazy. Now, I'm going to give you the silver. If you're very organised like Kirsty, you're going to bulk buy on these because you're not going to want to run out. And do we know if are we going to get these back in, Kirsty? Only the ox can confirm or deny whether we will. Getting them back in. $12.95 for silver on e-coated copper. The links are 3 by 2.5 and the code for you is FMGP69. You have got the extended money back guarantee on these and I am going to give you the gold for the same price. $12.95, 10 meters, it goes ever such a long way. Think about reaming this over, think about using these as features, think about using that long chain with these as well. You've got the opportunity to do just that. Now, Linda, sorry, Linda, she was just collecting herself then. I went, Linda, and I turned.
Sorry, yes.
Sorry, darling. The value that we're seeing here is phenomenal. And to chat to everybody about that story you told me when you went to the jewellery quarter.
Yes, well, as I say, I was looking for, I'd broken a piece of my grandmother's jewellery and I wasn't going to rethread it, so I thought I'll put one piece of it, because I'd already lost a couple of pieces off of it, so I thought I'll thread one piece, put one piece onto a chain, so I'll go and get myself some chain from Jewellery Quarter because I hadn't got any. This was a couple of years ago. And they were selling it by the inch. The sterling silver chain was being sold by the inch and the other chains were being sold by 10 inches. And I know the one I needed 18 inches and I think it was £3 an inch. Sterling silver chain.
Riley.
They were very, I mean, okay, it wasn't a tiny link chain, but it certainly wasn't a big, bulky Rolo chain by any means. And that same shop was actually buying in at a really good price, actually, buying in people's gold and silver as well. So, you know, it was commanding a price. But sometimes, you know, it's just such a complete comfort feeling for a jewellery maker to have that. I love to think I've got plenty of everything rather than a little of something. Do you know what I mean?
Well, in life in general,
yeah,
absolutely.
Exactly.
We want plenty of everything, don't we?
It's true. Well, particularly in my gemstones and my findings, yes. Yeah.
Now I'm going to give you plenty of gold chain as well. So you've already got the silver. You're not going to have to pay any more for your post and packaging, which I like, because if you shop online, the more you buy, the more expensive the package gets. And then, do you know what happened to me the other day? I shopped online and one item was in stock. They said both of them was. And because the other item they hadn't got in stock, they completely withheld the whole item and I ended up cancelling it. Now, we're not going to do that for you. Everything that I tell you is in stock is in stock. But this, as you can see, is limited stock. THG P54 is the item code for 10 meters of gold chain. This time we're talking about the finer chain, the curb chain, I think is what we've got here. So if you want that finer chain, here it is for you. Now, typically we should be giving you the gold for more expensive than the silver. It is elements of sterling, it's real sterling silver that coats that copper, and it's real nine coated gold, 9 carat gold that coats the copper here. So we know, as Linda just said, a lot of people asking for your unwanted gold for a reason. Gold for us is much more expensive at the moment. £12.95. Now, a very last in stock opportunity for you to grab our canary and pink kunzite strand. This was an opportunity perhaps of a jewellery making lifetime. Most certainly a jeweller's gemstone strand is what I'm thinking, and we give it to you for just £21.95. If you're just joining us here this afternoon, make sure you put this one in your basket, because we certainly have never seen a strand like this before. Huge, between 12 and 13 mil are these plain rounds of kunzite. The element of canary kunzite that you see is something super rare here to us at JewelleryMaker, and we are so proud to be bringing you this wonderful, wonderful strand. A strand that just boasts quality, excellence, beauty, that apple blossom at just £21.95. I have got to let you know that this strand is extremely limited. There are queues forming again on the phone lines for this one. Maybe you've been thinking, shall I, shan't I? Maybe you had a little bit of a research of kunzite and you saw that it is a gemstone that you might find at Tiffany & Co, Cartier, Gems TV. Of course, we dedicate hours to this incredible gemstone for a reason. The world is celebrating coloured gemstones, and this strand is absolutely worth celebrating. It's not just all about the diamond anymore, and it's so crazy that it ever was just about the diamond, Linda, don't you think?
Yeah, very definitely so, but that is absolutely now headlines that the world is celebrating coloured gemstone, because they are now all of the main designers, and I mean, I can't, you can reel them off, but you know, all of the main designers, even coming into the sort of couture high street designers, are all using coloured gemstones. And the high street is using coloured fake variants of those gemstones. So it's big, it's huge.
I saw amethyst colour something.
Exactly.
And I was like, why don't you just use amethyst? What's going on here? But people are buying it, they like it. I mean, the designs are cute. AGGP51 is your item code. I have to let you know this is a very limited strand. We've been advised by our buyer that we probably won't be able to get a strand like this again. It was a once in a lifetime opportunity for Hannah Oxbury, who is our gemstone buyer, and Paula together. So we'll keep our fingers crossed, but we won't be able to hold our breath for that one. Now, Linda's challenge, what did I do with it? Here it is. I got it. We're going to give you a recap. Are you ready for me?
I am.
Are you ready for me? Good. Now, iolite. Now, this was a strand. I've got to be very, very quick, actually. Iolite is a strand that, this is the one that you requested, actually, Linda. You wanted this one.
Yes, I did, yes.
You have got that wonderful serpentine. I just can't get over that breezy breath of fresh air colour that you get from this strand. You've got your teardrops there of Pow Shell, and you've also got your rondelles of agate. The gorgeous Fee is waiting in the wings. You're going to get a fantastic show with Fee this afternoon. Please don't forget to tune in at 1 o'clock for Fee. And she's joined today by Natalia, who, as we know, is super duper inspiring. I'm going to come over to you. I love what you've done. Elegant as always. The colours are amazing together.
They're absolutely beautiful, aren't they? That serpentine green is just stunning.
This is wonderful.
So beautiful. And then again, it's the gemstone. I mean, look at that. Can you see those blue highlights that are coming off that?
Yeah.
Oh, it's amazing.
It's all about the shape, isn't it? Yeah. All about the especially, I mean, you've done a bracelet and it's, again, all about the shape of that drop. Yeah. Look at this. I mean, this is gorgeous.
It's going up my asymmetric route, but you know what? You've got all those shapes, you've got that drama, you've got those colours, you know, you can go asymmetric with those because you're not going to think, oh, you know, that's out of kilter, because it's not, because look, all the different shapes are causing those stylised flowers. I love that, actually.
You've got an Art Deco fan on the end. We've literally got seconds. I just need to show you the Art Deco fan. Very flapper girl, I'm loving that. I'm all more House of Elliot when I look at that. Fabulous drop earrings, and again with that, I love your variant of colour. It's reminding me of those lovely lime and chocolate sweets.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
I love it.
That power
I just love it. Very vintage, absolutely stunningly beautiful. Now tonight at 5 o'clock, we are joined by Ed with his Miss It Miss Out show. Don't forget, we are now on Freeview as well as Sky Freeview channel 50 with Ed tonight, and lots of crazy deals. Momentarily at 1 o'clock, we're going to be joined by the fantastic Fee, who looks gorgeous today, and she, very foxy ladies today. Natalia is looking hot to trot as well. Definitely worth tuning in for Natalia together with Fee, and they are just, they've planned the most amazing show. All that's left for us to say is goodbye, but before that, Lucy and Mark tomorrow at 9, followed by me on my first 1 o'clock show.
Right.
So I'm quite excited about, you know. Thank you so much for all your help.
It's a pleasure.
Linda.
I've loved it.
We'll see all of Linda's designs, of course, going on our Facebook page and onto YouTube. So go and visit or subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful afternoon with Fee and Natalia. We'll catch you tomorrow. Bye-bye now.
Bye.
Join